Welcome to Trivial Debates.
Welcome to this week's edition of Trivial Debates. We have some awesome new debates this week. Each week, our panelists will be judged and scored on their arguments for facts, passion, and creativity. Our panelists this week are Jody Simpson, Dave Mader, and Jeff Mader.
What are you looking at me for when you say Dave Mader?
I said Dave, and then I
looked at him,
turned.
and then he looked at you.
Oh, I just...
You were looking at your phone.
I just saw him go, Dave Mader?
How the show works. There are 6 rounds plus a speed round by our top 2 panelists.
That's not correct.
That is correct.
What are you talking about?
Oh, the speed round is the top 2. This is what you said.
You need some more wine.
Yeah, more wine.
Get some more girls' night out in you.
Girls' night out.
The categories are movies, television, music, sports, history, and wild card. The top 2 panelists will advance to the speed round. We want people to be passionate about their arguments, but not personally mean to one another or as much as possible.
They put that in for me.
Yes, I know.
I'm telling you right now they did.
Keep in mind, you can also skip to a new debate by looking at the time indexes in the description and going to the battles that interest you the most. Subscribe to our feed on iTunes. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram. Whether you're listening in on iTunes or watching on the YouTube version, all links and information can be found in the description or at our website, www.trivialdebates.com. Let the battle begin.
Do it. So, just want to talk about record a little bit here.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to acknowledge that I have yet to win a...
Oh, he's going to get out in front of making fun of it.
He's like, I'm going to nip this right in the bud.
I don't think so. I think he's trying to go for pity. He's like, look, I've never won. Throw me a bone.
I have got to the speed round 3 times.
All
and,
right.
and I've been shut out.
How many times did you win the speed run?
0.
0. Oh.
I have 6 losses to my name.
6. Wow, that's a lot.
That's more than anybody.
Really?
You're winning at losing. All right.
And it's worth saying that this is our 10th episode.
It is.
So a bit of a milestone.
It's a landmark.
It's a landmark.
No.
You know, that we've made it this far. I think that means we've done something right.
No, we just kept
or
doing
we
it.
just kept making them.
I think we just kept doing it.
We're like, fuck them. We'll just keep doing it.
All right. Well, Jeff's got 3 wins and 1 loss, and Jody's got 2 wins and 5 losses. So Dave is still winning at losing, but barely.
This is only gonna make him hungrier for this episode.
All right. Let's be done with that and start with the question.
Are we ready for some movies?
Yes, movies.
Movies.
What is the best religiously based movie? And we're going to start with Jody.
Did we have to start with
Yeah, because you're on my left.
Oh.
That's how it goes.
So we're going clockwise.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's how usually I do it when I host.
Well, this wasn't really a hard one. It came to me right away. And it came to me so fast that I had to get all my other answers in to make sure that nobody stole it from me. Dogma. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because I know you're interested.
I am. Of course I am. I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's all about an abortion clinic worker who ends up having to pretty much save the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing about this movie is it doesn't take itself seriously by any stretch of the imagination, but still has a serious overtone to it once in a while. But yet, just it's funny, it's enjoyable. In my opinion, it's one of Kevin Smith's best movies. And if I'm going to watch something about something as boring as fucking religion, I want to enjoy myself. And I enjoyed myself beyond with this movie. Everything's great. The characters are great. The whole, purpose of, the movie obviously being the fact that they've found a loophole in the law, I guess, so to speak.
The dogma, Catholic dogma.
The Catholic dogma. They've figured out that they can, relieve themselves of their sins and return back to heaven, even though they've been kicked out. Which will in turn prove God to be fallible, essentially, and fuck up the world and all existence.
End of all existence.
All existence, cats, dogs, everybody's dead. Let's face it.
Even the cats and the dogs.
Even the cats and the dogs. And honestly, guys, we need to make sure that the cats and dogs are okay. So that's why
all dogs go to heaven.
No, not necessarily so. If Loki and Bartleby get back into heaven, it's fucking game over, boys. That's all there is to it.
The whole universe.
Anyway, it's a great adventure comedy movie. Got a little bit of fantasy element to it, obviously. Well acted by pretty much everybody. The only downside of that movie, in my opinion, is the Golgothan. Past that, fucking whole movie is gold. Absolute gold, and that's why I picked it.
All right, Dave.
I'll tell you what I picked.
You picked something serious.
Something serious, something that's going to shine a light on this whole debate. I picked Bill Maher's documentary, Religulous. Which is kind of a play on words, kind of it's religion and ridiculous, because that's what religion is, ridiculous. I'm a full-blown hardcore atheist, militant atheist, in fact, and all of these religious movies are stupid.
I think he's playing to the judge here.
Maybe.
Of course, like, it talks about not just Christianity, but Judaism, Islam, and even Hinduism. I think the most poignant part of the movie is talking about the story of Jesus, how that is just like an Egyptian legend of old. It has the exact same kind of archetype and parts, and it's also very similar to an East Indian legend of the same sorts. That this was just a recycled fable that moved across the world over time, over the thousands of years, and how all religion really just makes people fucking stupid and makes them make bad decisions. How many people have died in the name of God or different gods over the fucking thousands of years of the history of mankind? Countless, and continue to be to this day. People still blow themselves up in the name of their religion. And I stand with Bill Maher on this, that all religious movies are stupid, including Dogma, whatever the fuck Jeff picked. Case closed.
He didn't really explain his movie.
And you barely define it as a movie. It's a documentary.
It's a documentary.
Documentary is a movie.
I found with Religulous, just he does a good job with like Christianity, a little bit with Judaism, Mormonism, Scientology, but I don't think he does a good job with a lot of the other religions, with like Islam and stuff. And I think he has his own certain biases there, and that kind of clouds his documentary. But anyway.
All right. Well, what did you pick?
My movie is 1995, The Prophecy. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, but it's Christopher Walken, Elias Koteas, Virginia Madsen, Viggo Mortensen. The movie, like Dogma, excels in its dialogue. It's just a great... it has a lot of elements. It's a comedy, it's a mystery. It's a lot like Dogma, but a lot more serious. It delves into the whole... a war in heaven between angels over humanity and their souls. That God gave human souls, so angels basically got jealous, and there's a war in heaven over the human souls and who should, if humans should have a soul. Does God love humans more than angels? And this is kind of like where we start at the beginning of the movie. And we have some real great gold in dialogue from Christopher Walken, and the movie just really kind of.
What's this movie?
You never seen it, The Prophecy?
No.
Okay, well, Christopher Walken plays Michael, the angel. He plays Gabriel. Plays the angel Gabriel and the angel of death, and he's going around trying to find a soul that the angel Simon has hid in. He has it at the beginning of the movie, but he's trying to find someone to hide the soul within. He eventually finds a little girl to hide the soul in. And at that point, Christopher Walken goes on the angel of death goes on a crusade, killing everything in his path to find it, until the end, where the devil, played by Viggo Mortensen, takes him down, as well as Elias Koteas, who's the representative of humanity against this war in heaven for humanity and their souls. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. I had to explain a lot there.
All right. Well, what makes Dogma better than these two movies?
It's fucking awesome. Plain and simple. Number one, if you don't like Bill Maher, you're never going to watch that fucking movie. Now, I will give you credit. I liked The Prophecy. I thought it was pretty good. I actually watched it on like VHS back when I worked at Jumbo Video.
Yeah.
And it was one of those movies where you're like, oh, Christopher's walking in it. Ah, fuck it, I guess I'll watch it. Like, it was not a high-rated movie or anything like that. Like, it was a little tiny, like, kind of almost direct-to-video movie for the most part. I don't even think it even hit theaters. I think
Yeah, it was in theaters. It
Probably didn't do well, though.
It didn't do great, but you know what? It's a great rewatch, and the dialogue, like I said, it's
neither did
funny.
the original Clerks. Original
Right.
Clerks didn't do well in the theater either. It was very limited. But
There's just little parts in it that are so funny. There's a part where Christopher Walken he's sitting with all the kids on the steps of the church, and he's trying to, because he's hit the soul in the kid, and he's like, "Hey, you got nice teeth. Let me look in there." And he like drops her jaw. He's like looking in her mouth. And
he's
like,
kind of like checking it out to see if it's worth the while.
see
See
if the soul's in there.
Yeah. But,
Because there are no souls. And there is no God, and there's no angels. It's all a bunch of fairy tales. And that's what my movie does. It fucking shines a light on all of this and shows that there's nothing to existence other than the life we're living. So we better get over it, fuckers. And we better accept that you're
Bill Maher is not for everyone, and it's not a movie that is what I would consider mainstream. I think a lot of people would be turned off just by the fact that Bill Maher is in it. My movie has an onslaught of fun in it, and it has an onslaught of various actors that somebody is going to enjoy one way or the other. Like, you got Ben Affleck in there, you got fucking Matt Damon in there, and sorry, I have to say that every time. And you even got little tiny parts like Selma Hayek's in it, obviously. Chris Rock, of course, being in it as well, playing the
13th Apostle.
13th Apostle. See, you knew that.
Of course, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. Of course I know Dogma.
Absolutely, and you know that Dogma's a great movie. And you know it.
I enjoy Dogma quite a bit, but only under the pretense that religion is stupid, and this is just a fun, goofy thing.
But that was what was nice about Dogma, was the fact that Dogma didn't take, even though a lot of people thought it was trying to be taken seriously, it really wasn't. Like, there's a fucking shit demon rocking around. Like,
there's a rubber poop monster in your movie.
Yeah, and
Dave's movie.
That was the worst part of my movie, and it's still better than yours.
Is the antithesis of your question. You asked, what is the best religion-based movie? And he's like, I'm going to go for the one that's about shitting on religion.
That's right, because that's what it deserves.
My movie could
be religion,
perceived as shitting on religion.
Check with me first.
Okay.
For a documentary.
It could be perceived. My movie could be perceived as shitting on religion, but it could also be celebrating it.
It was by a lot of Catholics.
Kevin Smith argues that it celebrates it.
Yep.
Yep.
And everybody looks at it.
He did. He totally did. Like when the protests.
And the prophecy, I think, is just it's a very interesting story. Honestly, I can't bitch that hard about the movie. It's a pretty good movie. I've seen it. It's fun. Bill Maher does not do anything for me. I can honestly say I've never seen it. Do I have any desire after I've looked up the thing? No, still don't.
Kevin Smith, he got death threats for Dogma.
So?
It just shows how crazy people are, Kevin.
Absolutely.
Fucking religion.
Because if people would pay money to watch Bill Maher...
Are we debating about how crazy religious people are, or are we debating what is the best religious movie?
I'm going by what the best movie is.
He made a silly movie with a rubber poop monster.
He's really trying hard.
People wanted to kill him for it. People wanted...
So?
Right? So?
You don't think Bill Maher doesn't get death threats all the time? Of course he does.
Of course, because that's how serious people take these fairy tales.
My movie discusses...
What does that have to do with it being a
God,
good movie?
The devil, humanity. Yeah. It discusses where we are as a place of the supernatural, of good and evil, the war of celestial beings over us. I think that's all very interesting stuff that really... Dogma kind of tries to... It definitely... talks about it a little bit, but I don't think...
It tries to make it more mainstream, though. It makes it more enjoyable. Keep in mind, it is a comedy. That's what it was originally supposed to be. Your movie has a lot of comedic elements to it, but it was not garnered as being a comedy.
Christopher Walken's hilarious.
Christopher Walken is awesome at almost anything, but it's, if you put Christopher Walken in your movie, I probably would have enjoyed it. I probably would have watched it then.
You haven't seen
it? Then he is in it.
Maybe he is in it. Who knows? You don't know.
No, next he's gonna be like, Christopher Walken said no because this is too serious. You know, it's like, come on.
Well, I know you guys are
Anyway,
gonna kill
we
me,
know
but I
this
gotta
guy's
go with
bullshit.
Dave. Gotta go with Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
That is bullshit.
I think he made the better argument. I heard a lot about like the plots of your movie, but not why they're awesome.
I told you it was awesome. I even said it. It's fucking awesome.
I told you why mine was awesome.
Are you trying to say that my word
Sour
is not good
grapes,
enough?
sour grapes.
You know,
All right,
Dave,
well-
we always have to give you the pity one.
Gotta get the pity first category.
Hey,
you know what?
just
I'm
out of curiosity, Jeff, you've won, eh? You've won this before.
3 times.
3 times. I've won it 2 times. I haven't done as many as you have. Hold on, let's look
You
at
can
you.
tie me
Once.
tonight.
This is my second time winning this category.
You tie me tonight, I'll be impressed because Dave's coming with a vengeance.
Yeah, Dave's gonna lose like he does
All right,
every
let's
fucking time.
let's move on to television. What is the best sketch comedy or variety show?
And start with me.
Yes, start with Dave.
Well, it's Saturday Night Live. Live from New York. It's Saturday night. It's
Live from New York. It hasn't been relevant since the 70s.
I just watched an episode the other day. It was
It was
hilarious.
terrible.
No, it wasn't.
And it ripped off from various others.
The cast now is as good as any cast ever.
No, it's not.
You are so full
Are
of
you
shit.
high?
It's coming out. Yeah, are you high? Are you high? Tell me, are you high?
Not yet.
You should lose for that statement alone.
All right, let's just move on.
Can you name somebody on the current cast?
Yeah.
No,
I
you know
can
why?
name
Because
it.
it's terrible.
I
'Cause
can name it,
nobody
but they're not nearly as good as anyone in history. This cast sucks.
That's what they've said about every new cast
No.
since the original
No,
cast.
there were some
No.
casts in the 80s that sucked. That
Even
Eddie
in some of the
Murphy.
90s was good. Like
No. the
We
80s
say that
it
now.
sucked
We
a
say that
little
now
bit.
because now we acknowledge that the history and that there was a lot of talent in those groups. But everybody was against the new cast when they first came out, and the same with this one. You know, people didn't like the Will Ferrell, Sherry O'Terry, Molly Shannon cast when in the late '90s. They said, "Oh, it's not as good as the Mike Myers cast and the Dana Carveys," and it was
the
just
only
as good.
one out of the entire list I'm looking at right now, out of the actual people in the current list, that I even know is the fucking fat black guy.
Yeah, and he's been around for 20 years.
Yeah.
Actually,
Keenan
more.
Thompson?
25 years.
He's
That's the only
hilarious.
one I know. No, he was in Good Burger. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
That's how I know him too. Good
Fuck
Burger.
off.
Like,
Oh, you're full of shit. Just move on.
No, I'm not done.
No, you're done.
I've not used up my time yet.
No.
Okay, this is a dynasty. This show. This show has had killer casts from the beginning. You know, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, moving into like the '80s with. This is not helping, boys.
I think they're really mad about
Make sure you take off.
Billy Crystal, Martin Short. I can just name all of the explosion of talent that's come out of Saturday Night Live. It is a cultural icon. It is a landmark. It is where people go to learn how to be amazing. And like Will Ferrell, one of the biggest movie stars in the world right now, had 10 years there. And he was criticized during his time, especially his early years. And now people acknowledge him as one of the funniest people in show business today. And that has been true. I can just name off the alumni. Just that alone. I don't know what these two picked. It doesn't matter. I have the best show. Period. The best sketch comedy show. How many movies have come out of just sketches on that television that program?
Name one that was good.
Produced by Lorne Michaels.
Name one that was good.
they all suck.
Wayne's World.
It's not a good movie. Like, it's
Blues Brothers.
I'll give him that one.
Like they're
You're
all
stretching
all
now.
good movies. They're not great.
Night at the
Let's face
Roxbury.
it. No. Okay.
That's funny.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
fuck.
You had
hold
me
on.
until
Hold on.
Night at the
He's like, oh shit, I just lost the point.
I know. Wait, maybe not the best example.
I just spit on my monitor.
All right. First of all, you didn't even name anyone from the current cast that is good. You keep going back. You say this
Oh, yeah.
cast is great, and you keep going back to all old cast members.
Yeah,
Who
I'm with him
for
on
this
that.
cast is great,
And tell us why.
and why? Yeah.
Name 3.
Name 3. I'm just.
Come on. Come on, I got the list in front of me.
You
here.
have the list of fuck. I should have prepared better.
I'll even give you Keenan. I'll give you Keenan
I
because we already
could
mentioned
I could
it.
name you 3 right now from SNL.
Molly or Bryant. Her name's Bryant.
No.
Last name.
No.
Nope, not current cast. No.
What?
You could go with Kate McKinnon. You could
Kate
go,
McKinnon. She's gonna be the
McKinnon
new
is one.
Ghostbusters.
You could go.
Yeah, that'll be fucking
Yeah,
fantastic,
that's gonna
won't
suck.
it?
That's gonna suck, that movie.
Oh, you're
No,
fucking,
you don't know that
you're
yet.
so done. Can we move him on now?
You could have went with
Can we cut him
Taron
off?
Killam.
There's Kieran, or
Taron Killam.
Taron Killam. He's fucking hilarious.
I'm making his points for him.
All right, we're gonna have to keep going.
That's the great thing about Saturday Night Live. I get to be introduced to a whole new bunch of talented, funny people. And I don't know their names yet because I'm just starting to get to know them.
I love that. I fucking love that.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, and he hasn't been on the show since like what?
Doesn't matter. That just speaks to like
Early
the
80s.
legacy of this program. 40 years that show's been on. It's still going strong.
That was the only good episode of the whole season. Was the 40th anniversary special?
No, did you see the one? Did you see the one with Michael Keaton?
Yes.
And they were like, "Will you play Batman with us, Michael Keaton? And will you play Beetlejuice with us, Michael
Just
Keaton?"
because you're a nerd and you love Batman doesn't mean that was a good episode.
It was
All right,
hilarious.
we're not
Move on.
66.
Let's
Batman,
move
so
on
it
because
doesn't
I want to
matter.
know what Jeff said.
All right.
Because it couldn't be as terrible as that.
All right, let's move on to
What?
Jeff.
All right, your question is what's the best variety show, basically, right?
Or sketch.
Or
Or
sketch
sketch
comedy.
comedy. The best one is the one that wins the Emmy every year, The Daily Show. Now, they didn't win last year, but every year before that. The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Let's face it, this
It's not
is...
a variety show, and it's not a
Absolutely
sketch
it
comedy,
is.
it?
Absolutely it
I wouldn't
is.
call it a sketch comedy, by
Oh,
any
it's,
means.
it's not what the question was. It was sketch comedy or variety show, and it's definitely a variety show.
It's a news show.
It's not a variety show.
It's not a news show.
It's not really a news show.
It's not
Well,
a
it's
news
a fake news show, right?
No,
It's a
variety show.
satire.
It's a variety show. In the Emmys. It's up nominated for variety show. That classifies it right there. So there's no argument there. Second, it's
Well, I'm still trying to find it, so just hold on.
just go to
Because I might have an
go to
argument for you. Just
go
give
to
me a
the
minute.
Daily Show and go to awards,
I'm looking it up,
and
don't
you'll
worry.
see.
You just
which-
keep going. Don't worry. I'm still not shitting you like I am on him.
Okay. It is where I have gone for the last 20 years or 15 years, however long it's been on, to learn about the world, learn about it in a satirical way, laugh at how ridiculous politics is and how really fucked up it is in America, and all the different issues, political statements that are made that are just ludicrous. It really makes a good satire on American news, which has become so glamorized. And they do on that show. They don't. It's not just relying on Jon Stewart's writing and his performance, but he also has, plenty of people that have worked for him over the years that have also gone on to have great careers, like Ed Helms, Stephen Colbert, Jason Jones. Rob Corddry. We've had plenty of people come through this show, and it's really a great show because. It's not only just like a fake news show, but they can do some great stuff with sketches as well. So it has that impact. It's not like a fake sketch like SNL. It's more like a real world sketch. It is still fake, but it's not to the same level. It's not like a sketch in front of an audience. It's real world sketch. So and they were one of the first shows to do that. So I think that's revolutionary, and it wins the award every year. Like this show is the best at what it does. By far.
All right, Jody.
Okay, just before I get started, I'd like his disqualified on the grounds that they did not win any award for a variety show. The show itself is classed as a comedy late night television show. It's not a variety show. However, when they give out the award, those awards are the award category is variety series or comedy show. They won for that.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's considered classed as a variety show.
What do you mean? You just said it's a variety show.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I said that it won an award that's a generalized classification. Either way, I just want you to consider that.
That's like saying a show is not a drama, but it won an award for drama because it has elements of comedy in it. That's ridiculous.
The award that they won is for best variety music or comic program.
What is it?
Or comic program. It is, according to Wikipedia, a late night talk show comedy program.
This question to me was asking
I'm
when
just saying,
the word variety
I'm just saying
is
the
there.
host has to decide whether you're disqualified or not.
Would you say Chappelle's Show is a variety show?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Well, actually, it would still fall under because it's a sketch show, so it would still be classed as a good one for this.
So what did you pick?
I picked Kids in the Hall. Kids in the Hall. I squish your head. I squish
This is over. This is over. Give me the point, Kevin.
You got no point. Anyway, The show itself, also made by Lorne Michaels of SNL fame, and this is
And a
he
Canadian.
decided to do it better.
No, he didn't. That show got canceled.
Yeah, it got canceled after how many years? I don't know. I'm asking.
Less than-
I
Less
think it
than
was
40.
I think it was 6 years. I think it was in Silver Run. Either way, Kids in the Hall brought some very interesting, I guess, focus on Canadian talent. All of the guys from the Kids in the Hall you can find in pretty much almost any major movie nowadays. They always have some sort of little role in it.
Who?
What do you mean who? Scott Thompson's in fucking everything.
What was the last thing he was in?
I don't fucking know. But anyway. You shut your mouth. Either way, I think
It
it
was
was...
on fire today.
It is on fire today. I'm actually getting a little worried.
You didn't have anything bad to say about my pick.
Not yet. Give him time.
Oh, I will.
Give him time. The Kids in the Hall, to me, was basically the Canadian version of Saturday Night Live done better, in my opinion. It was a little bit more edgy, a little bit more... I don't want to say over the top, because at times it could be classed as that, but it really wasn't. It was still pretty tame for what it could have been. But they had a little bit of a later slot, which also helped them out on that. Saturday Night Live, yes, obviously had a very late slot, but it was also NBC, and NBC had very, 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 very tight rules on what they were going to do. Whereas Kids in the Hall kind of got to run a little bit more. He had, the fucking Chicken Man guy and all that shit. And just overall, I just really enjoyed Kids in the Hall. I thought it was a really well done show. The writing was fantastic for the most part. I could always watch an episode and enjoy it for the most part. You catch reruns, even the reruns are funny. Unfortunately, it's not on Netflix anymore, which kind of sucks, because the minute I answer this question, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to go watch some more. And it's like, oh, they took it off. I guess the licensing ran out. And before Dave decides to chime in and say, well, Saturday Night Live's on Netflix, yes, but it's the best of the 2000s. Yay.
We have so much to choose from. We have this
You have
amazing,
so much shit.
huge fucking catalog of stuff. Like, yeah, not all of it was great.
You know what else is
every
also
year.
in abundance on Netflix? Downtown Abbey.
Means nothing.
No, that's about the same thing. It's garbage.
No.
Total garbage.
No. Saturday Night. Okay. What? Kids in the Hall? It was like a blip. It was a blip in the early '90s. It's representative of like Toronto Gen X downtown early '90s bullshit. When I saw Kids in the Hall, Brain Candy.
7 years, by the way.
When I saw Brain Candy when I was like fucking 13 years old, I was like, "What the fuck is this movie?" It's like, "Hey man,
That's because you're 13 and you didn't understand it.
They show porno to animals and get them to jack off like 2 dogs and a cat." And I was like,
And you didn't enjoy that?
I was,
At 13, I would have thought that was fucking hilarious. What are you talking about? Even Dave's over there with a fucking smucker right now, and he's fucking how old now?
I'm Jeff.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff.
See, he's calling you Dave.
I just called you Dave. That sucks. I'm sorry.
as for the
I apologize. I
The
didn't mean to
Daily Show,
influence.
I have a lot of respect for. I don't know if it's a sketch comedy because they have sketches in it, but it's a monologue which reports on the news. It makes fun of the news. Then it's like a sketch. Then it's an interview.
Actually, that's a good point, because The Daily Show does have sketches technically.
It does. It absolutely
So
does.
I'm gonna retract my statement, because
then
did
it's
Colbert.
It's a serious interview.
Colbert was a sketch, essentially.
So
That's all it
I don't
was.
know. Maybe you can go with variety. I feel like it's a stretch. I feel like in the true nature of this question, Saturday Night Live is the epitome of what you think of.
If
Like it wasn't even a question for me when I read this question. I was like, "Fuck, it's Saturday Night Live."
If
Of
the
course it's Saturday
question
Night Live.
was if it was just a sketch comedy show, then I would have went a different way. But you asked or variety, and this is a variety show, and it's the best one. My show is on Monday to Thursday when people are actually watching TV. People who are watching TV on Saturday night are either got some serious social problems or like, what are they doing? Go out.
It's different.
It's Saturday night.
It's different. It's a little different today, but that was the only thing that was on network TV on a Saturday night. If you were home for whatever reason, we've all been home on a Saturday night at some point. That's what you went to. Like Kevin Smith was hugely influenced by Saturday Night Live. It was a major factor for him when he was doing these Skamods skits in his high school, and when he eventually transitioned into film. It was all about putting people in situational comedies and scenarios and creating all these great, amazing, hilarious characters. And when you think of Saturday Night Live, you can think of so much. It's huge. Like, yeah, I respect The Daily Show, but it's got Colbert and it's got Steve Carell and a few. I think it was probably at its best 15 years ago. It had its moments. It's still strong, but.
You are talking about the Daily Show having its moment when you're talking about the Saturday Night Live when you can't
I
even
would watch
name
the
a
Daily
goddamn
Show
cast member.
20 times over before I watch anything in the last 20 years on SNL.
Just the right to to host SNL is a huge feather in your cap if you're a celebrity.
Fucking
fuck
horseshit now.
that is just it's a moniker. It's a tip on the hat that people need to put on their resume. I hosted SNL, but no one really gives a shit because no one watches SNL anymore. It's not the thing to do. It used to be, I think, when you were talking about the early 90s or the late 90s with Will Ferrell. And once
or the 80s or the 70s or...
Not really in the 80s. In the 70s, I would agree. The 80s, Eddie Murphy carried SNL. It was just carried by Eddie
I think
Murphy.
the fact that this show has endured consecutively for as many years as it has shows how good it is.
It's
how much
good.
people
it fills
think
the
about
time
it.
slot that it doesn't have to compete with anything but sports.
Yep.
So it really
That was good.
it's true. The Daily Show.
The best thing is when he said it, it looked like he was confused when he said it, which made it even funnier when he said it. It was just like, what are you talking about? And he's got this squint going.
Dave was trying to think of something else he competes with on Saturday night, and
There is nothing.
There's nothing. It really.
It's like reruns of Sports Center.
There's nothing else on, so people go, "Oh, I guess I'll fucking try this."
Do you know what has been consistent on SNL is the Weekend Update, which, quite frankly, the Weekend Update is basically what the Daily Show has ripped off. Right?
Oh, fuck off! It's not even.
I wouldn't even say ripped off, but they talk about news like the Weekend Update does.
The Weekend
and it's
Update
made in this
is
satirical
a
format.
joke, bad jokes. The really bad jokes that.
What, you think there's no bad jokes on the Daily Show ever?
No, it's just the Daily Show's smarter. There are bad jokes, but the Daily Show actually makes you think. Whereas SNL is just it cringes.
Norm Macdonald was the best.
He was the only good one, in my opinion. The rest of them sucked.
Dennis Leary?
I didn't like him. He's a bitter old guy.
Dennis Leary was okay, but I wouldn't say he was anything close.
What about Tina Fey and Jimmy?
Tina Fey was boring.
I didn't like either, or Amy Poehler. I didn't like any of them. Jon Stewart.
Those two can't be strong enough to even be in a movie without each other now. That's how
Tina
terrible
and
they
Amy?
are. Oh yeah, that's how bad they are. Have you ever watched Parks and Recreation?
No,
No.
I've never seen it, but
Okay, honestly, don't bother. It's got the occasional funny joke. If it wasn't for the fucking dude from Guardians of the Galaxy,
Chris
in it,
Pratt, yeah,
the fucking show would be terrible.
Wait, Tina Fey was in 30 Rock. She's not in. Amy
I
Poehler's not in that.
never watched that show.
30 Rock. She
So-
was also
so-
in with what's his name?
That
The
debunks
black guy.
it. That debunks it because Tina Fey did carry a whole hugely successful show without Amy
I'm just saying she sucked on Weekend Update. I'm saying Norm Macdonald's the only
I
one.
think she sucks altogether. But
Look at all the great writers that have come out of SNL. Conan O'Brien, Larry David.
okay, number one, Conan O'Brien is not a great writer.
My
I don't know
show
where
is
you're
great.
on.
He wrote the monorail episode of The Simpsons.
My show
Yes,
is
that
great
doesn't make it
because
good.
It's
don't
a
think that's
great
one of the-
place to go to really understand the world that we live in. Most people don't want to watch the news because guess what? It's depressing. So when you go watch Daily Show, you get to watch in a variety sketch form, jokes being told in a smart way, and you fucking laugh, but you also learn. And that's what we want. We want to laugh and learn.
All right,
If I
I'm
had
gonna give it to
anybody,
Jeff.
it's going to be Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah.
Daily
Close.
Show?
Yeah.
We were like, it barely counts in this category.
No, you guys were like that.
Yeah,
allowed it.
but I did retract it because you actually helped him on that one because I was totally like, nope, he's completely disqualified. But then you brought up the fact that they actually kind of
Well,
are
the
creating a
category
character
that-
while they do it,
the-
which is a sketch.
The category that you brought up had all three words in the question: comedy and variety show that they won the
Yes,
Emmy
but what I was
for.
trying to say is that Emmy is a group Emmy for all of
You're
those
right.
type of fields.
SNL's
right?
in that group. So what are Kids in the Hall?
You
like,
think Daily Show's better than SNL? SNL. It has an-
I do actually think
It
it's
has
a
an
much
acronym.
better show.
Daily Show is a much smarter show than SNL. Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to music now that everybody's mad at me.
Oh,
Um,
you guys, I don't know.
5 out of 6 times I've won this category, and here it comes again.
Yes, but you can't pick the Beatles.
Who is the most underrated band or artist of all time?
Oh, I get to
Start
start.
with Jeff.
Okay, you guys probably never heard of my guy, but maybe you have. You ever see the movie Good Will Hunting?
Yes.
Okay, all the music throughout Good Will Hunting, basically, most
that
of it was made by my guy Elliott Smith.
Elliott Smith.
And I picked him.
I've heard of him. I don't know too much.
He's a folk, indie, soft, kind of acoustic, very depressed sounding singer. But I think he's one of these guys that died too soon. Was one of these guys that could write a song, was super influenced by the Beatles, super influenced by Nirvana, just really had a tap on just
looks
playing.
kind of like Trent Reznor.
Yeah, just playing music and in a certain way that I've always dug, and I just most people I say, "Do you ever hear of this guy?" They always go, "No, I don't know who he is." And to me, that's the epitome of underrated. Is he just right after Go Hunting, he died, and he was just starting to get his grasp on the world, and he already made about 8 albums, but he was really about to break through that. And now if people that listen to indie music know who he is, but a lot of people do not, and I think he would have become a huge thing, but he's super underrated because his music is phenomenal. It's just he could play multiple instruments.
He's got the album EXO. I've actually heard.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. Also, Figure Eight. He has some just tremendous songs where he could go and play all sorts of different styles. As far as he could write a British rock sounding song. He could write a very melancholy sounding song, and he was all over the map as far as folk rock went, and that's what I really dig, and that's why I picked him.
All right, Jody.
I picked Kevin probably knew who these guys were, but I don't think either one of you guys would. Typo Negative.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Who?
Honestly.
Dave's had a disadvantage.
Yeah, honestly, come on. Anyway, they were a gothic kind of metal band. 89 is when they started. They didn't really get popular until about 91, and even then they weren't really popular. They were popular among that type of very niche crowd. Hailed out of Brooklyn, New York. Peter Steele was their lead guitarist and also the singer. They were actually dubbed, funny enough, they were dubbed because most of their music was along the lines of about romance and depression and stuff like that, and they were actually dubbed the it was a knock on the Beatles, but I can't remember what it was called. I just thought you would actually enjoy that more than anybody. The Drab Four.
Oh,
that's what they were called.
The Drab Four.
Yeah, because they were basically it was almost like the anti-Beatles. they were known for really good lyrics, but a lot of people dismissed them because of the fact that it was done in a gothic-y kind of rah, 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 kind of.
They're very Danzig-like.
Very Danzig, and actually Danzig probably is a very good way to describe them. Okay. If you know who Danzig is, yep. It's very much the same idea. They had a lot of really good albums, very solid albums. A lot of people who have listened to them who like that type of music, and I kind of went through that kind of phase where I really liked that kind of stuff for a while, especially after The Crow was released. Similar type of stuff. They've had music on a lot of stuff that people would recognize if they heard it. Mm-hmm. They were on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Okay. I can't remember which.
Did they do the Mortal Kombat song?
No, they didn't do that song. And I don't want you to sing it again.
They do this song, Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat!
It just starts dancing
that's
around
the
with the lightsaber again.
They didn't even do
it. No, that's Axel Foley. But overall, I just felt it was another same idea. Died a little too early. He had a lot of alcohol problems, stuff like that. And funny enough, he didn't even die from that. He was in recovery at that point, didn't drink for quite a while, didn't do drugs or anything. He was clean for a couple of years, and he died of an aneurysm. So it was just kind of, it was almost kind of oh, way to go. If you kept drinking, you'd probably still be alive. That kind of thing.
My guy, I didn't get to mention this, but my
Stop.
guy... 14 times, and it was ruled a suicide.
It was ruled a suicide because they couldn't prove it was anything else.
They couldn't prove.
I actually read that. Yeah.
That's a commitment. Holy shit.
That is a commitment.
Yeah, I think it's
but
more
they
likely to
couldn't
be murder.
prove
But
whether it was self-inflicted or not either, so they
No.
just ruled it as suicide.
they just ruled it because they couldn't prove
But
it.
either way, just to get back to mine for a quick second, Tycho Negative played with a lot of very big bands, did a lot of really cool covers, did a lot of covers of Ozzy Osbourne stuff. They did like a version of Crazy Train, all that stuff, and even to the point where even they were on in Ozfest as well, so they toured around with them. He loved them so much he actually heard them. They sent in a bunch of stuff to him. They heard it. Overall, one of those bands that I felt, if given a couple more years, probably could have made it to where they needed to be, where people would really know it. They probably would have mellowed it out a bit and kind of gained more audience. And that's where their later albums were kind of getting a little bit more mellow. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I know.
Oh, yeah.
You're familiar with
Yeah,
them
yeah.
anyway. But
He's familiar with that kind
yeah, like the best thing is, like, even they had a sense of humor about their music as well. So it was like their greatest hits album was called The Least Worst of Typo Negative. Like
Yeah.
it was just like they kind of had the same idea as like Primus, where it was like, we're not great, but we're fun. It was that kind of thing. But their music really was really good. It was solid. If you I actually after I thought of them, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring a couple CDs with me to work, and I just like listen to it in the background kind of thing, and it still works for that even. And I'm like sitting there doing reports, and it's like, just fucking jamming to it. But overall, I just felt really good. The lyrics very strong. If you look at every single song that they did, really was a story. It was really well done, and I just felt it was a band that really didn't get what they wanted, and they didn't get what they should have deserved, and just it was a little too early, just like with Elliot.
All right, Dave, what did you pick?
I'm excited to hear this.
I thought it'd be hilarious if he picked the Beatles.
I don't know if he really knows a lot of music that's not.
I
that
think
is
Dave
underrated.
might surprise you.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Dave.
I would sit here quietly knowing that I've already won. Just kind of basking in it.
Look at fucking Journey comes out of your lips. Oh, fucking
Cinderella.
Or Boston, or Chicago.
I picked the band.
Oh, fuck off.
They're not
The
underrated.
band is not underrated
They
by
are
any
underrated.
means.
They're always on the list of like.
They are never at the top of the list, and that's where they belong. They are the.
I'm going to get a drink.
I want to hear this.
I don't want to hear this because it's shit.
When you say the band, when I was like, oh, I'm a big fan of the band, I go, what band? I go,
I
the
threw
band?
up a little.
They don't know what it is. And I think that's what underrated really means.
The Doctor Who phenomenon.
I think so. I think that underrated to me means that it's something that
That's like saying
is
that-
not mainstream. And even though this band, people do know the songs. People are familiar with Up on Cripple Creek. They know The Weight. They know a lot of their big hits. But they don't even know who sang those songs. I think because of the name. I don't think they picked a good name. I think from a marketability point, I think a lot of people respect them. I think within the music community, they were tremendously admired. But in terms of the public perception, kind of forgotten about in a lot of ways and completely underappreciated. And that's why I picked them. Like, I never heard of either of these two fucking things. And there's a reason, because they don't just...
Because they're underrated.
They've been overrated. They've been overrated tonight by the fact that they've been in this conversation, and they don't deserve to be.
You
here.
brought up the band in almost every fucking music thing we've ever done, you cock. How is that possible? Well, I guess that's against the rules. I'm not allowed to say he's a cock.
That's why I've
You're
won.
for good fun.
That's why I win so much in this category, and it's because I understand music better than you two.
The band is not underrated. Lots of people.
I don't even know what to say to that.
They're on the radio every day. Like people,
I don't know
everyone
if I should
knows
shake
their
his hand or
songs.
cut his throat.
If anyone that knows music in general, like people that know the Beatles or the Who or anyone who knows anything about classic rock, knows who the band is.
I think they're discriminated against because they're Canadian. I think that there's some anti.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Yeah,
Yes.
Rush never got any success at all.
Not when they first started.
I still think they did pretty good.
I think
Actually, Hip never really made it big.
Yeah, they didn't.
When you
deserve
talk
it.
like, they should be totally in the conversation with the Beatles and with Cream and with like
But they
any
have
of the
been in the
classic rock
conversation.
They had a lot of
albums.
help though. They knew Bob Dylan. and they couldn't make it big, like big.
That's the thing. They never made it big, but they totally deserved it. Am I wrong?
But they had all the connections to get that and didn't.
Because they're underrated and underappreciated.
I don't think so.
And that's why they're the most underrated band or artist of all time.
They were just, you know why? I think it's because those guys like to tour, especially, but they also wanted to chill out a lot. They didn't want that.
I don't consider the band's music being anything revolutionary.
Bullshit.
I think
Blasphemy.
Well, I the reason why I think you say that, Jody, is because with the band's music, it's trying to reimagine old rockabilly Southern music from the 1800s.
Oh, I get the point of it.
So it's not revolutionary; it's more going back. It's going back in time, right? So
3 killer singers, and you want to talk about tragedy? Richard
sitting here at the table with you talking about the band is a tragedy.
Whatever type O negative or whatever
that's
the fuck you
all
were.
those guys died after the band broke up, though.
Well, Robbie Robertson leaving that band following the last waltz, right? And then
Which, by the way, is kind of funny because I used to work with a guy named Robbie Robertson. Just saying.
Right, the lead guitarist leaves,
and it wasn't
they
him.
replace him, but they go on tour. They get like Richard Emanuel kills himself in the early 1980s. Most of them died of drug-related things. There's only 2 still living today of the original 5.
So that's actually your argument, is that?
No, I'm just going tit for tat because you guys had, tragedies. I'm like, we got tragedies.
My band was good until 2010.
My guy had so much more music to make. The band had their run. They had their run, and they had a fucking concert called The Last Waltz, saying, like, this is it.
We're done.
Yeah.
A lot of people have never seen that because they're underrated.
Martin Scorsese made a movie about it.
I know, Martin Scorsese would he's like, I will make a movie about you.
How can your band be underrated if there's a Martin Scorsese
That's
movie
the thing. That's the fucking mind fuck of it all, Jody. It's
Martin Scorsese did a fucking Rolling Stones movie.
Yes, he did.
I know, but everyone knows the Rolling Stones.
Would you consider them
Everyone
underrated?
knows the Beatles.
Yeah.
People don't know the band, and they deserve to be in that conversation as much as any of them, if not more than them.
You're fucking done. You're done.
Listen, like
this one's mine.
All right, why you two go at it first?
You know why? Because
that's just so much fun with Dave because his isn't really.
I think it's hard to compare apples to apples here. They are 2 completely different artists.
I've already forgotten their names because they're so irrelevant.
But you've heard Elliott Smith's music and you've seen Good Will
I have.
Hunting, and I think 5 or 6 of his songs, especially at the end of the movie, that song "Miss Misery" when he's driving down the road.
Yeah,
everyone loves that song. Everyone loves that ending of that movie, and you know why? Because of that song. And
but would you say that Elliott Smith was? Would you say that he was anything special to his genre?
I think so. I mean, when I think of that genre, I do think of him. And maybe it's just because I'm a personal fan of his and I listen to his music a lot. But there's something about, like, I discovered him. When that movie came out, I was like, I love this music, and that's how I went and found him. I didn't hear him on the radio. I didn't hear him, on a music video. That was not a venue for me to find him. I had to find him in a movie, which his music was in the background, and then I went and discovered his albums. To me, that is underrated.
To me, underrated is like, let's say you're a fan of a genre of music and you discover this band. It just happens to be you come across it. Type O Negative, I just came across.
Yeah.
And I was at a point in my life where I really enjoyed that music. I still do to this day, but I'm not as hardcore into it as I used to be. I don't don the makeup or anything anymore. But
is there pictures of that?
There might be actually. I'll see if I can bring one in. I'll bring one in if I can find one.
What kind of music exactly is Type O Negative?
It's metal, gothic, kind of.
Sounds terrible.
Well, to you maybe
Dave
because you enjoy the band.
But do you know what the thing is? I'll tell you something, Kevin.
You're already out.
No, I'm not out. No, he just wanted to hear you guys say.
No, he wanted to hear us because he knows you're out.
No, he does not know we're out. He does not know.
Kevin, can you clarify this so I don't have to deal with this anymore?
Kevin, listen. Okay.
But I just want to make the rest of my point. Can I finish?
I'll let you finish.
Can I finish?
I have something to say.
Can I finish? Anyway. So what I was trying to say was that as somebody who enjoyed that type of music, when I first laid my ears on Type O Negative, I thought, holy fuck, this is fun. I'm excited for it. And I'm sure that's the same thing you felt with your pick. It's not my type of music, and I'm not trying to make it a personal bias. Or
absolutely, and yours isn't mine.
Yeah, exactly. But to me, for it to be an underrated band, I think is kind of one of those things that you discover, you think, fucking, this is great, and you want to just yell it in the hills. You want to say, okay, Kevin, you have to fucking listen to Typo Negative, right? Now you already have, I think, but it's and I'm sure it's the same thing with you. You're trying to preach the gospel that is Elliot, right?
Yeah.
It's same idea, and I think to me that really is the epitome of what underrated is if people haven't heard of it and you have to sit there and kind of go, hey, you gotta fucking listen to this. Yeah. That is to me what
I agree.
That is
100%.
It's every fucking album they put out was fantastic in my opinion. Anybody who I've ever given to that enjoys that music, that has been given that music, same thing. They're like, fuck, I'm so glad I fucking got to listen to this. Yeah. And that's to me what underrated is. And
right.
Dave's is not. I've never given the band to anybody.
Dave, make your point, and then I'll make my decision.
Okay, listen.
Pity point.
I'm going to be a little self-deprecating. Deprecating here.
I think defecating is better. You've already shit all over yourself as it is.
I'm going to be self-defecating.
Is it everybody?
Why would I beer without you saying that? Oh my god.
I'm surprised you went that far, quite honestly.
I am the biggest whore for poppy, catchy kind of fucking shit, mainstream shit as a man can be without being totally like.
Yeah, you're a 31-year-old girl. I get that. Okay. We've established this.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
I had never heard of the band ever. And it took my younger brother to introduce me to their amazing music. He was like, listen to this song. I was like, oh, wow. What's this about? I was like, at first I dismissed it.
Dave,
I was like, my younger
Jeff,
brother.
Stop waving your head. Okay.
He doesn't know shit. He can't.
The band's my favorite band.
Right?
It is.
Right? And I was open up to this whole new world of amazing music with 3 talented lead singers. And an ensemble, multi-instrumentalists who could kind of jump around and do all kinds of things.
So the point he's trying to make is they're underrated to people who listen to pop music.
Yes, and that's underrated. And because everyone, those same people like me know the Beatles.
20-something little girls.
They know who the Rolling Stones. And when I go to karaoke, like they don't have much selection with the band songs.
I got.
They have no selection.
I got one point to make. It's just to nullify.
There we got wrapped around up.
Yeah, I just got one point to make. There's a documentary series. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's called Live from Abbey Road, and it's a bunch of like artists that play.
I know of it. I haven't watched.
Panic at the Disco. Now, lots of teenage girls, girls in the 20s, love Panic at the Disco, and they had to go record a song at Abbey Road. Guess what song they picked? The Wait.
Now, just to be clear, Jeff. I'm pretty sure that's a band song.
I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm pretty sure they weren't asking people.
And you know why I know that, Dave? I mean, Jeff.
I'm Dave.
I know you're Dave, but I was looking at you at the time. That's why I said Dave, even though I was talking to him.
Everybody's Dave today.
Everybody's Dave.
That way Dave will win.
That way Dave will at least win. But, yeah, I've lost my point now.
Whatever. That's all right. I'm going with Jody.
You just put it under Dave, by the way.
Did I?
Oh yeah, no, don't.
Oops. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to make
Typo
sure.
negative over Elliot Smith?
Yeah, I have my reasons.
Okay.
I'll explain them to you later.
All right.
Typo negative is fucking
I do feel like the band did get some accolades, so no.
Yeah,
They got a lot of accolades.
Underrated for what they were.
All right, sports question. What sport is the most physically demanding?
Jody starts this time.
Jody first.
Fucking hockey, boys. Plain and simple.
What kind of hockey?
Any fucking hockey, but ice hockey
I
specifically.
think ball hockey is way more exhausting than ice hockey, but
I don't
Field
know.
hockey.
I've played both, and I will tell you, even in my younger days, I had a harder time with the ice hockey.
oh man, you get to glide like with ice.
But you know what? I just said hockey, so honestly, I think that kind of covers the whole.
You can't pick all the hockeys
Why not?
because that's not
Can I
fair.
pick all the hockeys, or do I have to specific?
There's a lot of hockeys.
I took it as ice hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm just gonna stay with ice hockey.
When you
then,
say
because I'll be
hockey,
fair.
I figure.
I'll be
ice
fair. I'll
hockey.
go with
The
ice hockey.
professional style.
Yeah.
Of ice hockey.
I'll be fair about that, and I'll say ice hockey. I played it. It's hard as hell, and a two minute shift seems like an eternity sometimes. It really does. It's grueling on your body. It's a nightmare sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty easy. if it's just a pretty slow game. But when you get into a fast game, and even when we talk about like ball hockey, for instance, there's times when, same idea. It's there's times when it's kind of laid back, pretty easy, and then there's other times where it's like that 30-second period in time makes you just want to fucking die and croak over. Same thing with ice hockey. It's very demanding on the body. Your legs are getting full workout. Your upper arms are getting full workout. Even your back is getting sore all the time just from moving around and twitching constantly. I just think overall, for the fact that you're going out there, you're playing. Some of these guys in the professional leagues are doing. They can do up to 30 minutes sometimes, but it depends on the player. But with that, it's when you think about a 60-minute game and they're playing 20 to 30 minutes in a game, that's a good chunk of time, and there's not a lot of time in between there. You got a 30-second stint on the bench and you're back out again. So you don't even really get a chance to catch your breath half the time. And with that, I just think it's a very exhausting, very grueling, very tiresome sport. And as we all have played ball hockey, we all know we can get really tired pretty quickly. The same rule applies to when it comes to normal hockey as well, ice hockey.
All right, Dave.
I picked rugby.
Also,
Way tougher than hockey, without knowing Jeff's pick at this point. Rugby is a endurance match. It is physical. You are banging, pounding, moving. You're moving the ball, right? It's constant. It's unlike football. It's kind of like cousin or kind of evolution. There's no stoppage in play. You are going constantly. It's the same in a full rugby match. There's different variations. There's 15-man, 10-man, 7-man. But let's just say it's the 15-man version. You are going constantly for the half. Okay, you get a little bit of break at halftime. But
How long is a half?
Half's about half an hour. So you're going 30 minutes straight, running and banging into guys and moving the ball. You got to ruck or maul over, and you got to pull the ball out. You got your scrums, right? Where 8 guys on each guy. You got 16 guys, move like just smashing into one another.
how's that?
Huh?
How did that go?
Sound effects.
I just wanted him to do it again.
Right? Like, for what is basically a face-off. I don't know if you've ever played rugby. No. But I did. I went to Scotland, and I had to play the Scottish over there. And it is grueling, man. It is the most, exhausting thing. Like, you are lifting guys up in the air. You are moving the ball backwards. You are tackling each other. You're constantly just going. Like, it's just a series of engagements and retreats. It's a lot like warfare. I think that's the way the game was designed. It is way better than soccer, because soccer is just a non-contact sport. This has the cardio of soccer with the power and meanness and physicality of football and hockey, all built into one.
If you're a winger in rugby, all you do is walk forward, walk backward, walk forward, walk
and get
backward.
tackled.
Yeah, like once every 20 minutes.
Do you know how many times you can get hit on the ice in a 2-minute time period? A lot.
In hockey, yeah, but then you had 3 lines shifting.
You like I did that?
But then you get a break.
You get a break for a while.
You get to go on the bench. You don't get to go on the bench in rugby.
Yeah.
Okay? There's no line changes.
I have a list of the top demanding sports. I'm not going to say what number 1 is because I want to know what yours is, but I think you might have picked it. So we'll see.
Okay, like this to me, I when I play,
Mine's number 2.
especially if you're a forward in rugby, which is the big guys. Imagine me having to run around for a fucking hour,
boxing,
almost straight, lifting guys, smashing guys, going into the scrum, right? Like, getting your arm nearly broken off.
So his argument is sound effects, basically. So can we move?
When I was 12 years old and I was playing with the older kids because I was out of my weight class, I broke a guy's arm, Kevin.
Wow. All right. Can we move on now?
Okay.
He's got the passion.
All right. Yeah.
I picked an Olympic sport.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked triathlon.
Triathlon.
I can't think of anything more exhausting than having to swim, run, and bike all in one in fucking 3 hours straight and no breaks. I've watched.
Pretty hard.
It's a race.
And it's a race, and so there's no quit. You can't be like, oh, I'll take a break. No, if you want to win.
So not to shit on your point, but I will say one thing. We have to play 82 games in ice hockey through a season. You guys have to do a 3-hour event once a year.
You're talking about the NHL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what we were arguing.
No, it's most demanding. Yours is demanding for 3 hours one time a year.
The Olympic hockey tournament is like 4 games.
They train all year to go do that, and
True.
if, they have to go basically.
They're not playing the sport then, though. All they're doing is
sure they are. They're practicing in all sorts of different events before other triathlons before they go.
You know me. I'm just trying to throw that in there. That's all.
Are any of those disciplines?
I can't argue Dave's because Dave's is just fucking retarded.
I get tired just watching the triathlon.
True.
When I'm watching hockey, I'm like, well, the guy got a break.
Look at him. Good for him.
He's gliding. He has a metal thing on his foot.
He's got a Gatorade bottle. He's good.
He has a metal thing on his foot that makes traveling across this surface easier. You know what you have in rugby? Nothing. You got to run across that turf.
He also has 4 other guys to pass the puck to, plus a goalie. In rugby, there's 11 other players on the field?
Yep.
14.
And like I said, the winger fucking just stands there. Just fucking stands.
That one position.
And the fullback.
No, the fullback's got to kick. He's got to kick the ball up the field.
Okay, my guy literally for fucking 3 hours has to swim, run, and bike his ass off with no breaks and get to a finish line and win. And if he goes, I'm getting tired, you lose. You fucking lose.
I think it depends on how you define exactly what is the most demanding. Demanding long term or demanding short term. I think demanding short term, Jeff wins it by far. But I think by long term, I think ice hockey definitely does.
No, it's rugby. Rugby's way more demanding than
Rugby's
hockey.
number 13 on the fucking list. Give me a break.
Not one of those athletes in hockey or rugby could compete with these triathlon athletes.
Jeff, you've played rugby and hockey. Which is more physically
I wouldn't
demanding?
disagree with that.
Hockey is, but
Ice hockey?
Yeah, just it is, but that's just. It is. It's more demanding. Rugby is you get to stand around a lot and watch other people do shit.
It's true. There's a whole bunch of other guys that can do shit.
Yeah. In ice hockey, it's harder, but you also
from
get
the
a
other
break.
guy that's played. Yeah. Okay. That's terrible.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But
We don't need him here. This
that
is
doesn't
actually
matter
gonna go
because
better.
neither of you guys are going to win. I'm going to win this category because triathlon is fucking ridiculous. You have to outswim, outrun, and outbike people.
Well, technically, you have to do all 3 of them faster.
Right. You
You could be outswam on, but still win.
You can, but you
harder.
better stay in the herd. If you
Yeah, it's
stay
harder.
because once those guys get ahead of you, it's fucking.
So I looked up
impossible to catch
Google
them.
based on ESPN's information here. ESPN asked a whole bunch of top sports scientists, kinesiology, as well as academic and sports journalists to rank sports. That didn't even make the list, but I think because it's an Olympic sport, maybe they didn't put it in. Okay. However, I will say number 1 was boxing, followed by ice hockey being number 2, and rugby number 13. So I think rugby's already out.
Rugby sucks because when you get hit, it really sucks.
It really does
It's
suck.
not like football, where when you get hit in football, it really sucks because the equipment rocks you way worse than it does in rugby.
Yeah, and the equipment there is supposed to save you, but
And-
in a lot of cases hurts you more.
In football, I think it's worse, more demanding because, like Dave was saying, you get to take breaks. That sucks. That's not a good. That's not a nice
That's
thing.
not necessarily a good thing.
No, it sucks.
You're wrong.
No, rugby.
We've already ruled you out while you were gone.
Rugby's good because it's constantly your heart's
I
constantly.
can't
beating.
believe you.
Oh my god, he has girls' night out.
Okay, I'm taking a picture of him holding that because that's just too fucking funny.
Put it on our Instagram account.
I don't know. Access to
Just to
Instagram
go back,
account.
just triathlon. I'm tired watching them. Just from the swimming alone, I'm just that just looks exhausting. I couldn't do that. I couldn't keep up with those people. I don't think any athlete that plays any other sport could. Those guys are just insanely in shape.
It's a blackberry raspberry flavored wine beverage.
That's great.
So do I win this round?
I think that needs to be
No,
the picture.
Dave, unfortunately, you screwed yourself on this round.
How?
By asking him which is more demanding because he's played both, and then him giving another answer.
And he gave my answer, which clearly means that he does agree with me as much.
Rugby, I will
Okay,
say.
you know why? Because he played the bitch position in fucking rugby.
I played lock.
There's a bitch position.
Well, how do you know that the wing has nothing to do?
Do I win or what?
I played wing in the first year in junior.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, then I played lock thrust.
Okay, and when you were played a lock, you had a lot more to do, didn't you?
Yes, but there was still lots of time where I just watched people do shit.
Imagine you're playing sevens.
Yeah, that's
you ever
hard.
play sevens?
That's hard.
Okay, so let's
All right.
let's talk about the sevens version, Kevin.
Put it to bed.
Can you just put this to bed, please?
I'm gonna go with Jeff.
Mine is
As long as I
most
lose
stuff.
Jeff, I'm happy.
Oh, of course you are.
You guys
Yes,
Don't
I
worry,
know,
Dave.
Dave
Everybody is Dave today.
Why,
All
did you
right.
Give Dave the point for that one?
No.
All right, that's good.
no, it doesn't. One of you guys can split that 2 categories.
All right, history. Which leader, either of a country or a movement, was the best orator?
I'm up first, right?
And Dave is up
I
first.
picked Barack Obama.
Oh, fuck's sake. You picked the teleprompter reader? The guy who goes, I'm reading this teleprompter. And I'm reading this teleprompter
Oh, the
over
only way
here.
you could have did that worse was say George Bush.
I thought he was going to pick Martin Luther King Jr.
That would have made
Done
sense.
the whole I had a
That
dream
would've
thing.
made sense.
That's
No, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Barack
Did we even need to hear him?
Barack Obama was elected based on his oration, based on his ability to speak. He has a very distinct way of speaking and a way of capturing the masses. He's a powerful public speaker and a brilliant man. Really. Like, he is the first African-American president, but even if he wasn't African-American, he still would have been elected because he's just an amazing person. Like, when you had that whole campaign about like change we can believe in. I believed, and I still believe today.
Okay.
That was great.
Jeff!
I picked.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
I think that was the captain.
This was really just like you didn't really think about this. You just
I'm loving the
said-
fire, though.
That was some intensity.
Yeah.
I picked JFK. I think
Very good. Very
JFK. I think if anything, as much as he was a womanizer and maybe made some mistakes as a president, he was a great speech.
He had an atrocious New England accent.
Had nothing to do with how great he was at giving a speech, and
Had everything to do with it.
No, and just really poignant on a lot of the points he made, and a lot of people just still remember a lot of his speeches. Ask not what you can do for your country, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Stuff like that. Like, he has a great speech that probably a lot of you guys haven't heard, but he has one of my favorites is he does a speech on media in the United States, and it starts off, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And he just really delves into we can't have secrets in the way America is supposed to be. We're supposed to be a country of freedom, and freedom is repugnant. It's secrecy is repugnant in that kind of society. He also said we all cherish our children's future. We all cherish the air we breathe. We have to understand that we're all humans. That is a defining moment of speech giving in the middle of our century, and we have to look at that as he was a great orator, not just a great president. I mean, he was probably a better orator than he was a president. He made a lot of mistakes and a lot of blunders, but he also tried his best, and I think that says a lot for a lot of presidents really didn't. They just went with the status quo, and I think Barack Obama was kind of one of those guys. I don't know who Jody picked, but if he did pick another president, I don't know if any president could really hold a candle to JFK except Abe Lincoln as an orator. Just
We don't even know if Abe Lincoln was a good orator.
well,
We have no recordings.
no recordings, but his speeches were phenomenal.
We have a fuckload of teleprompt recordings of yours. Like, we have tons.
Every president has a speechwriter. There's no fault in that.
Just because we haven't heard of the recording of Abe Lincoln doesn't mean there aren't tons of people that wrote at the time. He had a very famous debate against Tommy Douglas that he won. Who
did?
Abe Lincoln. That before he became
Against Tommy
president.
Douglas?
No, not Tommy Douglas. But it's something Douglas.
They didn't even live in the
Alexander
same
Douglas?
century.
No, it's something. Fucking forget.
Now that's impressive.
I forgot his name. I don't know how I forgot. It's something Douglas. But he also had great inaugural speeches, and JFK to the same vein. And that's why I mentioned that no one really held a candle to JFK in that realm, and it wasn't just as a president, but it was as a senator. Basically that's how he got his shot, was just talking his way and just being really smart, real smart, wick, and just really. Hitting the pavement and getting his charm going. But his charm wasn't only who he was. He was very smart. He read a lot about past, problems, past errors, and really tried to apply that to the time he was living in. And he said it to other people, which I think is really important.
All right, Jody.
JFK is a hard one to beat because
Barack Obama's a hard one to beat.
Every one of you missed the magic bullet.
Yeah, I think I know who you were thinking of, but anyway. No, I didn't pick that. Let me just start by saying something famous. We shall fight on the beaches! Now, I'm kind of doing it almost like...
Churchill.
Churchill, there you go.
I was like Churchill as JFK?
Yeah, that was a little bit of JFK. I wanted to kind of throw a little bit of an homage to you there, because JFK was a great orator.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Barack Obama.
However...
No, he's not.
However, there was when number one, I love this question because I thought it was a very unique question for this type of this category.
Yeah.
We haven't really had anything like that. Jeff usually comes up with pretty good questions for this category. The strength of Churchill was the fact that the guy was a fucking alcoholic. And I'm talking big time alcoholic
and a racist.
Oh, big time racist.
I win.
Why? Because your guy's black?
Yes.
I don't even know if your guy's American. I know, I'm just kidding.
I win.
He's definitely African American.
I don't care. I'm just kidding anyway. Either way, Barack's not winning.
I win.
Barack is a teleprompter guy, plain and simple. And I
No, he's
agree
not.
with Jeff on
He's
this.
an
Absolutely.
amazing orator.
You're terrible. Anyway, he was known to write a lot of his own parts of his speeches. Not everything was written by Churchill, just like JFK didn't write everything.
Oh yeah,
Nobody
We all know that. And let's be
honest.
honest here. Everybody at this table didn't write everything that they said. Okay,
But that's not really the point.
No, it's not the point. It's how you deliver. And the one thing that Churchill could do was deliver. In the middle of the fucking House of Commons, he's fucking laying out this. Like, we are going to fucking fight him. We are going to fucking win. Plain and simple. We're done. Okay?
We're not giving up.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to give up. It was a little bit of a down point at that point. They were like, shit, you know what? This could go either way. Fucking Nazis might win. Blah, blah, blah. But overall, he brought back the confidence of what was the machine, which was the British Empire. He brought back the whole, you know what, fuck you, we're not going to stand down, we're just going to fucking keep going. And that to me, when you, even when I hear that speech, when I go to the archive and I listen to it, it's one of those speeches that you listen to and you're like, holy shit, this guy means business. And there are people that, in my opinion, were a little bit better with oration. JFK, I don't think was one of them, but he was definitely up there. Okay, and I almost look at them almost equals. Mm-hmm. We're not going to talk about Barack, but anyway,
why is he a punchline?
There is so many. Anyway, and a silence fills the room.
Dave always picks something that Jody will eventually go, what the fuck did you pick that one
I actually think he's starting to do it on purpose. I think he just does it for the effect.
No, that's literally what comes to mind
Like the
first.
band? Come on.
I think
But anyway.
honestly, yeah, that's how he decides. He goes, what comes to my mind first?
What comes to my mind first? I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to fucking write it down and it's done. That's exactly what he did. Honestly, I didn't think that hard on this one. Winston Churchill always been kind of an interesting figure for me to begin with. JFK was as well, mind you. But overall, I just think he really, a good orator should captivate the audience, should draw them in, should make sure that their point is being heard and will be followed. Yeah. And I think there's no better person than Winston Churchill for that. He took an entire country that was down. They basically said, fuck it, we're done. What are we going to do? And he brought them back. He basically said, no, fuck you. We're not going to just give up. We're not done. We're going to keep going. And they just kept going, and sure enough, it ended up going that way. I don't think the speech was the only reason why that happened. But overall, I think he got on everybody's good side for that, and from there, he just kept going. And it worked out well.
I find it interesting with Churchill, like just in popular culture in the last few years, when that movie came out.
He's very misquoted, though.
Yeah, the just that movie that came out, The King's Speech. And Churchill's in it, but barely. And that movie's more about the king, and how bad he was at giving speeches.
Oh yeah.
And they had to train him to become a good speech, giver. And then he has a very passionate speech, and really that's the most important thing is passion, right? And
Well, I think when you hold a public office, though, I think when it comes to why do you keep doing that?
they just got.
Now he's just making faces
Obama's got
at
passion.
Obama filled the whole stadium, filled the people because of his passion.
Yeah.
No, he felt it because he was a black president and he was the first one.
Racist.
I'm not racist. That's a fucking fact. There's nothing racist
Who's
about
got
that
more
guy.
passionate arguments than me, Kevin? Nobody at this table.
He spoke for like 10 seconds on Obama. He's like, Obama!
You did kind of mail it in on Obama.
Yeah, he really did mail it in.
You've been really good on every other one.
But Churchill managed
What else does he say? All I have to say is Obama, and you're like, Obama is the best orator.
Name one famous speech that he's done.
Well, I like
Quote it.
hope we can believe him.
It's change we can believe.
Change. Alright, he's done. The fact that
Why did you pick Obama?
I said one part of a sentence of one of my man's favorite famous speeches, you knew it right away. But you're also a history buff, and you obviously have some academic knowledge of that. I think overall it's going to be a hard decision anyway because of the fact that the two that we picked are good, but Kevin definitely knows of another one, and I think I know what he's talking about.
Well, I'm going to go with yours.
Okay.
Because you touched on his ability to inspire a nation when it's at its lowest.
Jody wins.
Yes.
See, I found with JFK that was really impossible because at the time JFK was president, the nation was
They were doing all right.
They were doing pretty good.
They were doing
But if you want to go orator, best speech giver,
I think JFK blows Churchill away.
Adolf Hitler.
Hitler, yeah. I contemplated Hitler, but the problem with Hitler is that
I don't speak fucking German.
a lot of it's that didn't stop
That
me
is
from
true.
prompter pick.
And a lot of people in Germany said that Hitler's speech giving was like hypnotizing.
But that's the reason why he got into power.
When I
was
watched
the
the
fact that he
fucking-
could do good
the
speeches.
fucking Hitler speeches, I'm like, this guy's a fucking.
But we don't speak German. And
No, I don't. But he's like, ay. He's like,
But that's you, just in German.
I know.
You're doing this all the time too.
German's a bullshit.
You're just not
Germans-
German.
The Germans would look at Dave and go, he's just going, dang, 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 dang.
I think he's got some good ideas.
All right, let's move on to the wild card.
Actually, you might be able to inspire a nation to follow you.
Yeah, what does that tell you about Germany? Not much.
Anyway, you're not arguing against Adolf Hitler. That was my choice, so I automatically win. Wild card.
That would have been a good pick, though.
What is the worst romantic comedy of all time?
Oh, me
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Oh, I picked Chile.
That's a good pick.
That movie is not just one of the worst romantic comedies of all time. It's one of the worst movies of all time. This movie should never even been made. And, to bring back Christopher Walken, he's in this movie. Al Pacino's in this damn movie. And this movie is terrible. Ben Affleck tries to act like some sort of a gangster that, I don't know, he's really bad as a gangster. And then they try to convince me that Jennifer Lopez is like a badass or some, really, tough or something. But she never is. Justin Bartha's like a retarded kid, he's Ben Affleck's retarded brother, and I don't know.
I shouldn't laugh, but I am.
and he basically walks into the mental hospital, says, "Hey, let's go," and then they just walk out, and the mental hospital's like, "See you later." They don't give a fuck. This movie makes no sense. And the chemistry, there's a sex scene with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. It sucks. It's boring. It's hard. And there's a part where Jennifer Lopez is working out in yoga, and that somehow is boring. I don't know how they did it, but they made one of the worst movies with two relatively good dating superstars at the time. I mean, really, that whole movie was about the fact that the tabloids could not stop talking about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
I think they tried to cash in on that. I think they went, hey, we got this script. These two could play it because they've been in the tabloids, and I think they tried to.
But the movie is not. The script is so terrible, Jody. It's not even like we got the script.
I can honestly say I've never seen the whole movie.
I would argue against
I've
the fact
seen
that they
maybe
had
20
a script.
minutes of it.
I don't think they.
I don't think it has a script. I think you're
I
right.
don't think they had a script. I think they had the two people that wanted to put in a movie, and they were like,
They're like, just put them in and tell them to do shit. Yeah.
we're like Jennifer Lopez's character is not a character. It's Jennifer.
I can't
Lopez.
wait. Honestly, I just want to say I cannot wait to find out what Dave picked. Because
He-
this is insane.
he goes last in.
I can't believe. I
If
don't
he-
even know what he's picked, but I know it's going to be amazing.
If he wins the point, then we have to fight over the speed round. So
Do we?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good news
And
is
he's
he's
got
not
a
going to
very
win
good chance. But-
because my pick is more terrible than yours.
Okay, but just let me
But I'm gonna
finish
let you
real
finish.
quick. This movie it got some of the worst lines of dialogue ever. It's just like if we're talking about worst rom-com, like the movie inspires no chemistry, and if that's what we're talking about here, like not just a bad movie, but it is a bad movie, but like bad chemistry of a romantic comedy. There's no comedy, there's no romantic, there's no acting, there's no good dialogue. The fucking movie is terrible. Like then they try to get the retarded kid to start hitting on some like girls playing volleyball at the end of the movie. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is terrible. This is not even what? Why? Like this budget of this movie was like $76 million or something. They made 6. Like it got pulled from theaters within 3 weeks. This movie was terrible. It was basically a whole news story for multiple weeks about how terrible this movie was.
Kind of overhyped on how terrible it was, wasn't it, though?
I don't think you can overhype terribleness. It's either bad or it isn't, and this movie sucked. And like everyone gives Kevin Smith with Jersey Girl a hard time. That movie is at least.
Oh, I've watched Jersey Girl 20 times over before I even attempted to watch that movie.
I
again.
wouldn't watch Geely ever.
And
but
Jersey Girl was a terrible movie.
it's not terrible.
Oh,
There's
it's
some
terrible.
bad parts to it, but it is the same. It's the same.
garbage, I
It's at
thought.
least a fucking script that makes sense.
There is a script, yep. There is a script. There
It-
is a story. even.
It makes fucking
I'll
sense.
give you
Kevin
that.
Smith at least understands that it needs to at least have a first, second, third act that makes sense, and we have a story by the end of the fucking movie. This Geely movie, it doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. It's just go watch it. Go fucking try and
Fucking
figure
watch it
out.
and give me my point. All right. Jody.
Wow. Just, this one instantly came to mind the minute I read the question. Let me set a quick stage for you. Spring break, Fort Lauderdale. So far sounds good, doesn't it? Now it's a musical.
Where are you going with this?
He's going to a
it's
deep
going
dark place.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
This is what I originally picked.
Did you? Yeah, it was you then. Okay. This movie was made on $12 million. $12 million. Pulled in $4 million.
The fuck invested that much movie?
Exactly. I was shocked.
I'm at a loss. What are you going with?
He's going.
It's about a singing waitress and a college student meeting in Fort Lauderdale during spring break.
Oh,
and
fuck.
it's a musical.
The American Dream.
Oh, The American Dream.
What? What's that?
From Justin to Kelly. The American Idol movie.
Oh, that?
All
I had no idea where.
No! I'm not done with the terrible yet.
I don't know who's more terrible, yours or mine yet, but they both.
I'm about to make that case. Don't worry.
All right.
Uh huh.
So, the movie itself, it opening, made $2.7 million in the first weekend. After that, it had a run of 6 weeks and only managed to pull in four.
Yours went 6 weeks, mine went 3.
That's right, yeah, but that's because it also had a little bit more retarded young girls trying to watch it, I guess, is probably the easiest way to say it.
Mine had the same thing.
Yeah, well, I think yours is the same thing. The movie is, and I think it was best summed up by an Entertainment Weekly critic, Owen Gilberman. He says, quote, "How bad is From Justin to Kelly? Set in Miami during spring break, it's like Grease the Next Generation, acted out by a food court staff at SeaWorld." If that doesn't scream terrible, I don't know what does. But let me continue.
$12 million invested into it.
Yes, but let me continue. This movie was nominated for not 1, not 2, 10 Razzies.
Yeah, same. Mine got a
Razzies.
whole
Oh
bunch
yeah,
of Razzies.
Wait, yours definitely got a lot too. It was up for best, worst picture, worst director, worst screenplay, worst actor, worst actress, worst remake or sequel, because this was actually a remake of a movie called Where the Boys Are. Never heard of it either. Worst screen couple, which I think, honestly, a romantic comedy probably needs to have that. Worst excuse for an actual movie. That's an actual award they give out. A Governor's Award for Distinguished Underachievement in Choreography, because it was just that terrible of dancing. Mm-hmm. And it won the prestigious Razzie for Worst Musical in the first 25 years of the Razzies. Worst musical. Think about that for a minute, boys.
Yeah.
This soundtrack was fucking terrible. The whole movie was fucking terrible. There's nothing good about this movie. I dare you all to even watch the trailer for this movie and not want to gouge your fucking eyes out. That's how fucking terrible this movie is. It is... Oh, I would rather puke on a plate and fucking eat it with a spoon than watch this fucking movie.
See, his movie though, like Justin Kelly is like, to me, one of those movies that just shouldn't be. It
should have never fucking existed.
Should not be.
It's almost like Geely. Geely could have existed if it had a fucking story.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what made my movie even worse. The story was fucking ripped off and terrible. The fucking choreography was fucking abysmal. It was directed by people who fucking directed a TV show on Fox. Okay? On top of that, you have terrible fucking music. You have no chemistry. You have two fucking people that no one gives a shit about then. Yet you're gonna give them a fucking movie. And on top of that, they expect me to fucking sit through it, and it's only 80 minutes long. They couldn't even make it 90 fucking minutes. That's how fucking terrible it is.
It's 80 minutes long.
It's 80 minutes long. That's how fucking terrible it is.
That's not a movie.
That's not even a movie.
It's barely a fucking movie.
Still twice as long as the fourth Rambo.
That's true. That's true.
What, the fourth Rambo? How long is that?
42 minutes
42
or something
minutes.
like
That's
that. It's
like-
ridiculous.
It was like a TV movie.
That's like an episode of MacGyver.
And at the end, you were thankful that it was only
Now,
42
all
minutes.
I can say, gentlemen, is I dare you to watch the trailer for that movie and not want to throw
I watched
up.
it because
Did
I
you?
think-
Was
yeah.
it fucking terrible?
It was something to
It was
watch.
fucking terrible, and you can say it.
Honestly, what I
You don't
thought
have
was,
to feel bad.
honestly, what I thought was, this is not a movie. This is a very, very long, terrible music video.
Oh, absolutely.
That-
But this is an 81-minute fucking music video with
Yeah.
terrible fucking people in it, terrible music, terrible fucking singing, and on top of that, they win a fucking award for not this year's worst musical, the fucking worst musical of the last 25 fucking years. That's how terrible it is. End of discussion. I'm so pissed off about this movie. No, honestly, I am. I tried to watch the trailer again just so I could kind of get a gist of what it was again, because I just had my terrible memories of the trailer. And I started watching the trailer, and I had to turn it off. It was that fucking terrible. And I sat through fucking the most terrible trailers in the world. Like, I'm one of those guys that'll go through the Apple TV trailer section and watch every single one of them. I don't care, right? But no, this I could not fucking watch. That's how terrible it was. It is fucking terrible. Mm-hmm. We're done.
All right, Dave.
I haven't even gone yet.
Yeah.
No, we're fucking done. You can't possibly match that.
All right. I think he's flustered
You
now.
better bring the fucking passion, buddy, because I'm telling you right now, it's fucking god awful.
Jody's definitely got the passion. I don't think he's
Okay.
got the arguments.
I'm going to say this.
I got the arguments.
That I have never watched either of these movies that you guys have already spoken
Which I'm
about.
actually surprised about, quite honestly.
I've never seen.
Because you drink girls' night out wine. So I'm kind of
I'm
surprised.
surprised he hasn't seen Geely. Not that no one should ever.
No
see
one
her
should have ever saw my
from
movie.
Just,
But-
yours is not a movie though. Yours
Geely, I've
is-
seen 20 minutes of. Honestly, I have. And
Yeah.
it was terrible. You're right.
It's awful.
I have the floor. For the record, I've sat through that. So I picked She's All That.
Oh fuck, that's actually not that bad.
It's not terrible.
No, it's terrible.
I've never
All right,
seen
well.
any of the three.
And,
you're not
and
missing
here
anything.
and I'm gonna win because I'm gonna tell you why.
It's got Rachel Lee, what's her name?
Freddie Prinze
Rachel Lee Cook.
Freddie Prinze
Rachel Lee
Jr.,
Cook.
right?
She's fucking
Isn't
hot,
that
thing.
fucking movie
Yeah,
where the girls
no,
are nerd and
okay,
he makes
and
her
that's
hot
why-
because he takes her
okay.
glasses off?
Yeah. I'm a nerd. No, I'm not a nerd. Now I'm a nerd. Now I'm not a
Shut
nerd.
these two
A hot
up.
librarian argument.
Yeah, it's a library.
All right, let's let Dave make a
This
point.
movie is about Freddie Prinze Jr., a 25-year-old junior at high school who has to seduce Rachel Lee Cook, who's apparently ugly because she wears glasses.
That's not very nice. I'm just saying.
To people who wear glasses?
That's right.
I'm the only one wearing glasses here,
I wear
so
glasses.
I'm allowed to.
I just don't have them on right now.
No, but the movie's ridiculous. Okay, it's all about this guy who's given a bet to turn the worst girl in school, and I'm putting that in quotes, into the prom queen, right? Now, what's ridiculous about it is that Rachel Lee Cook is a fucking hot, smoking hot actress. Young girl. They put her in glasses, they put her overalls, they put her pigtails, and like, oh, there's nothing good looking about this girl. And not to mention that Freddie Prinze Jr. looks way too old to be in high school. And he has to go through the process of converting her and seducing her, and in the process falls in love with her to turn her into the prom queen. And along the way falls in love with her. And they even make a joke about it in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They were like... I'm getting that on the audio.
Are we getting the piss on the audio? Put it away, big boy!
Can't close the door, can he?
He's pissing on the floor.
Joke's on you, bitch!
Where was I?
Something to do with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, just this is a complete cliche of a movie. Okay, it was parodied in Scary Movie and in Teen Movie and in
Dave, do you own this
things.
movie?
Huh?
Do you own this movie?
I've seen this movie.
Do you own it though?
No.
Oh, okay.
Girls Night
That was awesome.
Okay, like remember like in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they're like, I thought Miramax they make classy movies like The Piano and The Crying Game, right? And they go, yeah, but once they made Cheese All That, it all went to hell. And then Silent Bob goes, that's true. Okay, these movies are movies. These are abominations of movies. They shouldn't, like, you can pull out so many worse movies than these. Yeah, you can throw things at things. I have a legit movie that has the highest rating out of all the three movies.
I know,
that's the ironic part.
Funny.
The reason it has the highest rating is because it's an actual movie. You guys picked bullshit.
Okay, his is not an actual movie. Mine is an actual movie. Mine has Al Pacino and Christopher Walken.
We ought as well
have picked,
movie. We ought as well have picked like student films for your movies.
Not
right?
mine.
I picked a real movie.
Mine had a fucking huge budget. Great actors in it.
She's All That is fucking terrible. It is all about this shallow guy who somehow finds his heart through converting this somewhat ugly girl who's actually the hottest girl in the school by taking her glasses off and making her wear her hair down into the hottest girl in the school. In the school where 25-year-olds go, apparently. You know, it's like it's a con, Kevin. It's a con, this movie. Like, this movie makes you believe if you're not the prettiest person in school that, yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to come along and seduce you and turn you into some kind of a...
You've always wanted Freddie Prinze Jr. to come and seduce you, didn't you?
There are so many worse Freddie Prinze Jr. movies.
Yeah.
There's that
not romantic comedies like this.
Wing Commander.
There's that one where he fucking is a baseball player with Jessica Biel or whatever. I forget what it's called, but something she's out of his league or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't fucking know. But
all those movies start with she's.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
She's
all that.
She's buying dinner tonight.
That's how they get girls
She's
to take their boyfriends or husbands to the movies.
Your movie is
movie's pretty good.
Somewhat higher rated.
My movie is not good.
It's honestly it's
your movie is rated 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is way better than ours.
That is a travesty. That is a lie. It is a blatant lie.
I guarantee his movie didn't win any Razzies. We're talking about worst movie.
It might have.
Mine is not just worst rom-coms.
It's one of the worst movies ever. And like I would argue to Jody's point that his is like a glorified music video.
It really is. It really is, but it is a movie.
But they thought that when American Idol was bringing 100 million
somewhere between
for their show in that first season,
they thought
we make a movie with the two finalists.
Yeah.
100 million people will come see this movie. We'll
Yeah,
make
they
our
were
money.
wrong.
They were definitely wrong. But
They were wrong, and they did it so terrible. And I honestly want to gut my eyes out if I watch
My
it.
thing is, both of ours are similar in the fact that Hollywood publicity was building up this couple that really shouldn't have been together. Justin and Kelly, and then with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, and then it was all this publicity, paparazzi, and they
She's
threw
All That
movies
has
together
never
and
won
they
a Razzie,
sucked.
nor has it been nominated for one.
And they because it's not that bad of a movie.
No, it really isn't that bad.
It's not.
It's not a great movie by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
but the worst rom-com of all time?
No.
I wouldn't know if I put it in that.
No, that's
realm.
from Justin to Kelly. I've already proven that.
I think it's between me and Jody's personally, but I mean, I'm not the judge. But I would say that his movie. I would say.
I'm not the judge, but I'll see you in the parking lot later. Just saying.
I would say Jody's movie is less of a movie than Dave's. Dave's movie is more of a movie.
My movie is a punchline.
Whereas so really, if we're talking about actual movies, me and Dave are more in that realm. And if we're talking about actual nominations, me and Jody are more in that realm.
My movie has been quoted as being a non-existent chemistry between two American Idol sanctioned leads that is just terrible. That's exactly a quote.
I think I read some stuff.
The quote even says terrible.
Like,
what do you want?
American Idol just got canceled, and I think the world is better for it.
Did you say 40% on Rotten Tomatoes? I think
He got 40%.
Geely has a 6%.
Geely is at 6%.
Geely,
Mine is at 10%.
I think Geely is an overhated.
However, I will say that yours is overly hated because there's way more reviews for yours than mine.
Geely is trying
Mine
to
has
be a movie.
63 reviews. Yours has
Geely
177.
always is like this phenomenon where people hate it more than it
Geely's
really.
one of those movies that I think is almost got like an urban legend type appeal to it. Like it's people are like, I gotta fucking watch it because it's just I've heard it's so bad. But no one wants to watch my movie because they already know it's bad.
Your movie's not a movie.
It's a fucking movie. It's a fucking movie.
Barely.
It's a
It's
DVD.
barely a movie.
It's a fucking movie. I don't understand why you guys keep arguing this. I agree with you. It's got no fucking substance. It's basically a big musical. And that's why it won the worst musical in the last 25 years. But it's a fucking movie, boys. Stop trying to say it isn't.
I'm just glad I have my girls' night out.
I know you are because you're going to lose this one.
I gotta give it to Jody. For two reasons. The passion was there, and knowing that this
I
movie...
brought in my inner Dave.
Knowing this movie exists makes me question life. Like, it makes me question continuing on with my life.
You got to pick that movie over me.
All right, yeah, you're out.
Again.
Wow, Dave. 10 episodes.
All right, but I did design
now?
the first speed round question for the two of you, so you might be a little
me and
bit at a
Will
disadvantage.
you accept me as your
Yep.
consigliere?
Yep.
He can't have fun.
I've got
about
decision fatigue already. So.
All right, I will give you my opinion when I hear these arguments.
All right, who would you rather have a beer with? Professor Snape or Sirius Black?
Good question.
Sirius Black.
that. Look at the guy's fucking eyes lighting
Yeah,
up.
she did that same thing.
I'm going to say Snape because that's the other answer.
All right.
Oh man,
Jeff?
I would like to talk to Sirius Black about all of his past in wizarding and what Azkaban was really like. I would like to,
The Dementors.
the Dementors and how fucked up he really is. Snape is just kind of like a bitter old guy for no reason. He's had a pretty.
He's
good.
had lots of reasons, Jeff.
Hey, shut up. We're
He's-
still arguing here.
He's had it pretty
You get
good.
to put in yours in a minute.
Sirius Black, there's just so much he could tell
Just
me
drink your
about the
girl's night out.
Potters and what they were like. They don't fucking explain shit in those movies about the fucking Potters, except Harry Potter. Who gives a fuck about him?
I mean, James Potter and Lily Potter?
James and Lily Potter. Like, I want to know about their wizarding.
Well, they were in the same
adventures.
house together. They were both Gryffindor.
They were both Gryffindors, and not me. I'm a Hufflepuff.
Do you guys know what you guys are?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I feel like Danny McBride,
I'm a
and this is
Slytherin
the
or
end.
something.
I would like to talk to Emma Watson, and so I can understand how they made those wonderful movies,
Motion pictures.
those wonderful motion pictures.
But yeah, I would talk to Sirius Black because he could tell me about all the dark side of Harry Potter. Because most of it's kind of fluffy bullshit.
The Sirius Black was supposed to be a Slytherin, but he was a blood trader, right? And he went.
What house was Sirius Black? What house was Sirius Black?
He was Gryffindor.
He was
Gryffindor. But all of his other rest of his family was Slytherin, right? That's why he went
so-
against the grain. You know, he was a rebel.
Snape, I wouldn't want to talk to.
All right, Jody.
Can I have a beer?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man.
Snape is Alan Rickman, so you can say, all
All right, Jody, go for it.
The Metatron. He picked dogs earlier.
You're all fucking nerds. You're all fucking nerds.
Do you like Star Wars?
Huh? Not as much as Star Trek.
Okay.
But anyway. Do I have to argue the character, or can I do
The
the
question
actor?
is the character. I was
Is the
arguing
question
Gary
the
Oldman.
character?
The question is the character.
I would rather
yeah.
have a beer
Not
with
the
Gary
actor.
Okay,
Oldman
Snape,
over.
just to be clear, is the Alan Rickman one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, Sirius Black.
All right. He's a dick, and he ends up being nice later, right?
Kinda.
Okay, then I want to ask him why he decided to stop being a dick, because being a dick is fun, because I do it all the time.
Because
No,
of
no,
love.
he's
Because
still
of
a
love,
dick.
Jody.
He's still a dick, but he's like a friendly dick.
He was in love with Lily Potter.
It's a friendly
He was in love with Lily Potter?
friendly
Yeah,
dick.
Harry
He's like,
Potter's
I'm a
mother.
dick, but I'm on
Harry
your
Potter's
side.
mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he protected Harry.
So
So
did
Sounds
he
like
tap that ass?
the X-rated version of the friendly
James
giant.
Potter.
Okay, now keep in mind, I haven't seen all the movies. All right. Did he ever tap Harry Potter's mom?
No,
No,
but
he
wanted
wanted
to.
to.
He wanted to.
He wanted to, so was she hot or no?
Yes.
All right, so
Well,
obviously the man has taste, so I would want to drink with him.
James.
And for the record, you're all fucking nerds.
James-
All right,
okay.
that's my.
All right, so what do you think?
Well, of course.
No,
we
just
know what he
who
thinks.
won, and then your reaction when I asked the question is enough to satisfy me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, who I would rather have a drink with is probably Snape. But
Excellent, I win. Okay, let's go.
But I think that Jeff made a
We're good.
better argument.
I do too.
Well, of
All
course
right,
he
Jeff.
fucking did,
I
because
know.
I'm not a fucking nerd.
But tell me, the point was worth
You are a
listening
nerd.
to him do that.
It was kind of I will give you that. It was kind
Well,
of
I got impressed, I grew up on
call
those
that
books.
the.
Jeff wins.
All right, I gotta tie that.
That was the wild
That
card?
was the wild card? Okay.
I don't know what else is
I
a
think.
good of a movie.
I don't know.
All right. Hopefully I have a sporting chance.
All right. The Who is the better action star? Bruce Willis or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Bruce
Bruce Willis.
Oh, that's tough. Who said it first?
I was hearing Jeff first.
All
That's
right.
because you are a biased bastard.
It's-
But
no,
anyway.
All right, no.
No, that's fine.
I'll argue Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jeff's
All right.
taking Arnold. You get Bruce.
You can have
You
Bruce.
can have them. It doesn't matter to me. I can argue either one of them.
I can
because they're
argue
both
either one
great.
of them too. Yeah, they're both
They're
great.
both
Better
great.
action star.
All right, I'll take Bruce Willis. Fine.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Bruce Willis, Die Hard, one of the best fucking action movies ever made. Let's face it, that is we'll go back to Alan Rickman. Fucking, it all comes in full circle. But he really personified the all-American guy, the real you really cheered for him as an action star. I think Sylvester Stallone did a little bit, but not to the same extent that we had from Bruce Willis in Die Hard. We had Die Hard 2, we had Die Hard 3, and then we started seeing him in different things. We started seeing Bruce Willis do Pulp Fiction. We saw him, just kind of do. I wouldn't say it's an action movie, but there are action sequences in that movie for sure. And he has continued to do action stuff. Arnold Schwarzenegger is kind of like an early 90s guy. He's a late 80s, early 90s guy, and then he kind of says, fuck it. Whereas Bruce Willis is, every now and then he makes a movie like that movie Surrogates, which didn't come out that long ago. That's an action movie, and it's not terrible. It's pretty good. He has a good taste for choosing the movies he's in. Like Lucky Number 11. Just overall.
I'm waiting for action movies, Jeff.
Well, overall, if we're talking about Bruce Willis, you have to really just go to Die Hard, because the Die Hard franchise.
It's all he's got.
Well, that is who he is, though, and that John McClane character is the star of the show. And we could talk about Fifth Element as well. That's would you guys consider that? A lot of people say it's a sci-fi movie, but I think
It's got some action.
I'd say it's just as much of an action
It's more sci-fi than action.
But you could say the same thing about Total Recall.
Oh, absolutely.
So if we're gonna argue with Bruce Willis, I would just say, his first role as like that Broken Bat was that action movie. That's not who he is as far as an actor. I mean, he is so good at doing the action star, but he was gonna go out there and do other things. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is purely an action star.
All right, Jody.
Get to the chopper! Alright, one of the many one-liners that Arnold Schwarzenegger has provided us over the years. And when I think action hero, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger has given us all those corny fucking one-liners. Commando, fucking Predator, fucking... Everything he's done, let's face it. Almost everything he did. Well, everything he did in the 80s was definitely an action movie. I think we can all agree to that. 90s even, a lot of the 90s movies.
Except Twins.
Twins was terrible, though.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way was an action movie.
Let's face it.
It was an action movie. It was a family-based action movie, but it was an action movie.
That is
The
true.
entire movie
Wow.
is him trying to get a fucking doll.
It's
All right? That is a fucking action
It's
movie.
more of a comedy.
It is a comedy, but it is an action movie.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's an action movie. The whole fucking movie is action.
What about Last Action Hero?
He's got a fucking movie called Last Action Hero. He's obviously the king of fucking action movies. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger gave you fucking everything that had to do with action movies. He is the epitome of action movies. He is even in his later roles where it's like he's in like the fucking Expendables as like just kind of like a little tiny lead. He's still the fucking, he's like the guy, man. He's just there. He's awesome. And you know what? You put him in that role, and obviously Bruce Willis also in one of them anyway. I don't know all of them.
Yeah,
but
I think the third one.
I think he's in the
I
third
don't
one,
watch
yeah.
those fucking movies.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
But the whole point of those was to get all those action movie stars all into the same movie, like Van Damme and all those guys.
Yeah, right.
But when you deal between the two of them, and I think Dave actually kind of helped me in this scenario because Dave's like, hey, start listing off action movies because you're listing off a lot of shit that really isn't action movies. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, if I go through the list of stuff that he did in the 80s and 90s, almost all of it's action.
Okay, but what I would argue with Bruce Willis is, and I said it in my statement, is Die Hard is Bruce Willis. It is his franchise. Yes, Schwarzenegger did multiple movies and different things.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily make him a
The
better
Terminator
actor.
movies were all fucking action movies as
Sure,
well. And
sure.
He made that.
Sure.
He is the only reason why they still have more, unfortunately.
He is not the reason those movies are good. Those movies
Oh,
are good
I
because James
disagree.
Cameron is a genius. The reason why Die Hard is
Titanic.
good
A
is
genius to cast Arnold
okay,
Schwarzenegger.
and Arnold
Very.
Schwarzenegger is a terrible actor. Let's face it, guys. He's
But that is exactly what an action movie actor is.
Not
he's
to
a
me.
terrible fucking...
Who's
he's a
the
terrible
best?
actor, but a fantastic actor.
That's the thing about Bruce Willis in this question. If we're gonna argue who's a better, dumb action star, yeah, I guess Arnold
No,
Schwarzenegger would
it
be
is
that.
who is the better action actor, is it not?
But with
What's the actual
Bruce
wording on
Willis
the-
defined that awesome action guy.
Who's the
Like,
better action star? Bruce Willis.
Action star. Action star to me is obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's no,
If
there's no debate.
we're talking about
Yeah, Jody.
All right, I'm back
I
on
don't
top.
think it was a fair fight as far as I shouldn't have picked Bruce Willis.
Dude, do you think
You got the choice, and then you
I gave you the
switched,
choice
and then
and you
got
took
the
it.
I thought Bruce Willis first, but I shouldn't have because I thought.
No, I was the same way. And actually, when you started arguing, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to let him have it because Arnold Schwarzenegger definitely a better pick.
All right.
Well, as far as
For-
action,
And if
movies,
you want to talk fair questions, the first one was nowhere
better
close to fair for
actor
me.
is fucking Bruce Willis by a mile.
Oh, better actor.
All right. TV question: which sitcom better depicts a family of its time? That '70s Show or Roseanne?
Roseanne.
Oh, I'll go that 70 show. Yeah.
Roseanne was a snapshot into the life of typical middle to low class American family. It dealt with stupid day-to-day things like, drug use, shit like that. But it did it in a fun and usually not... What?
His phone.
His phone always does that. Does it actually pick it up on the recording?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay, it's not just feedback that you hear. Anyway, the Roseanne to me was it was a great comedy. It was a lot of fun to watch, but it really depicted like there was nobody that was perfect on that show by any stretch of the imagination. Everybody was just a true to life kind of character. What was your pick? Sorry.
70 Show.
It's not a
70
pick. It's just
70 Show did do that as well, but 70 Show is not based on. It wasn't totally following a family. It was following a group of friends. It wasn't a family setting. Yes, there was a family. The Foremans were obviously the marker of that, and we obviously followed whatever the guy's name was. The guy that Topher Grace played. Eric Foreman. Yeah, Eric Foreman.
Eric Foreman.
But it wasn't based around that family. It was based around those 6 friends, I guess it was. 6? Yeah.
Mila Kunis, Wilder Valderrama, Ashton Kutcher.
It was like 6.
The other guy.
And the hot, tall chick.
Okay.
Anyway,
Danny
either way.
Masterson.
6.
Huh?
6 or 6?
Danny Masterson is the other
Masterson,
guy.
yeah. So anyway, but it doesn't follow family as what I would consider a traditional family show to be. It's not. There was episodes where you never really dealt with anything to do with the family at all. They were just kind of in the background, where there was a dilemma with one of the guys. Where Roseanne, every single episode had to do with something to do with their family. It was always one of the characters from that family, the Connor family.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that makes the better family show, and it depicts that time frame perfectly. It was the mid to late 80s, early 90s. The last season was fucking terrible in that show, but past that, it was a fantastic show, and it did depict it absolutely accurately, in my opinion. I know somebody who's just like that. My mother is like fucking Roseanne.
I
in
can't
a lot of
believe
ways.
this for some reason.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't met your mother.
Well, Kevin's met
but
my
I know
mom.
you.
Kevin's met my mom, but she's kind of crude, and she was kind of the way that a lot of women were in the late 80s. It was just, especially middle to low income
You're
families.
DJ Connor. Growing
I
up.
wouldn't go that far, but anyway.
DJ Carr is a chick, isn't he?
DJ.
No, DJ
Oh,
was
DJ's
the
the guy.
youngest little
What's
kid.
the 2 girls?
Becky and Darlene.
Darlene, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Either way, this is a done deal. Mine's about a family. Yours is not.
All right, his show is about Roseanne. It's named after Roseanne. My show is depicting a time period about a group of friends, you're right, but where does it center around? It centers around the house
The
of...
70s decade.
No, this house of the family. Almost every scene is at that house. And we get to
No,
see...
they were in the diner all the time. They were
In the car.
in the
Let's
car
face
a lot.
it. 80%.
The Vista Cruiser
80% of that show is set in that house.
in the basement, yeah.
In the house, in general.
But that's like saying Wayne's World was about Wayne's family. No, it was in the fucking basement of the house.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
the
like saying
Foremans
that.
are there, and
Nope.
and Eric is a predominant character
Nope.
in the show, but it doesn't follow the family.
The thing is, I think what the show is trying to depict is when you're growing up and when you're in high school, your life is your friends. It's really not.
Absolutely.
It's really not your family. Your family is there. And that's what the show was really showing well. And if you're asking what depicts family life in the period that we're talking about, the 70s show goes a different way than Roseanne and Cosby Show. All these shows that did the same formula over again that depicts the parents as the primary focus. The 70s show said, no, fuck that. We're going to depict the kids as the primary focus. And that's why it's revolutionary, because when people were growing up in the 70s, that was their world. Like, their world was their friends, what they were into, they were playing video games. They were
The
talking
focus
about
of that show was,
music.
as you just said, was the friends, right?
Yeah.
That's
but-
not a family show. Then it's not. It's not.
It's
set
not
around
necessarily exactly what he asked, though. The question is, what depicts the family in the time frame that the show is set?
family. But you're depicting a group of friends in that time zone.
No, I'm saying that the show is set in a world where the group of friends is hanging out in a certain house, but really the show is about that house and who's in it. And it's Eric and his parents and
It's
his
about
sister.
the friends. It doesn't matter.
Of course,
what
it's
house
about the
they're in.
friends, but that's the whole point. Is what it goes back to my point is, that when you're growing up in any time frame, but especially in the 70s, I think is your world is your friends and your basement and what you're doing.
I think
going
when
to
you're a
high school.
teenager, the world's always your friends.
But a lot of
Realistically.
these shows that depict a family don't really delve into that, and this show did. And there's they still make time for the moments with Eric, with Red Foreman and Kitty, and they're having their their dinner dates and their swinger dates or whatever they're doing with with the neighbors and stuff, and they have all those moments. But like that's really what it depicts so well is that. The parents have their kind of separate lives, but they're all a family, and the kids have their separate lives, and they go out and they go socialize. And Roseanne does it do, but not to the same extent that the 70s show, because they depict the kids as the primary focus, and it's not about the family.
What was the question again?
But it doesn't necessarily have to be about the family. it can be about
A household.
the household. Yeah, that's basically what that show
Which
is about.
sitcom better depicts a family of its time?
Okay, I win.
70s versus the 80s/90s.
I win. Mine's about a family. Yours is about a group of friends in a family's house.
I think Jeff made a better argument.
You're an ass. You're walking me.
I'll drive you. I'm going that way.
All right. What is better, studio recordings or live?
Studio.
Studio or live?
Okay. Studio recordings, they have the time. They have the ability to really delve in and take the time to add all the effects, and really record it in the way that they want it to sound.
They can double track the vocals.
Yeah, they can double track. They can do double track the instruments. They can do tons of stuff with different instruments that they can't necessarily bring out into a live atmosphere. They can play with stuff that's too quiet to be heard. The Beatles did tons of stuff where they added sound effects of, like, for instance, animals, where they can put that and track that into the track.
Animals.
Yeah, the Pink Floyd did it too with animals as well, where they had
Zebras.
And if they were to, and back in the day, it all depends when you're talking about it. But I feel like back in the 60s and 70s, studio albums are far superior to live albums, whereas today it's a little bit different. I feel like live albums today, I would say, have an edge, but they're not. It's not the same thing. Whereas back in the day, that they would make certain sounds that they couldn't reproduce in the live atmosphere. They could only do it in the studio. And certain albums, you would never ever experience what they put on a record at a concert. Now today they can use electronics and they can try to make it sound relatively the same, but when you have the time and you can hire whatever they need as far as like bringing a whole orchestra to make things sound a certain way, studio albums really allow the artists to do whatever they want. Live albums, there's lots of restrictions, and there's lots of energy coming back between the crowd and the audience, but I would say with the studio, you get to really understand what the band is trying to do, what they want to do, and what they want to present to you. And they can, for one, put a sleeve out and really, have an image for you to look at and understand and why you love that. Whereas a live album, most of the time it's just a reproduction of what they've already recorded and what they've already wanted to put out to the public. So they're just playing what they already have. So that's what I did.
You're right.
Auto-tune.
Your argument is auto-tune?
Yep. Studio-produced albums have the ability to use auto-tune. Yes, there is a version of it for live performances, not as easily usable. There is no more better intimate relationship between a singer and an individual listening to the music than a live performance. The emotion comes unfiltered. There's no debate on what the emotion is in the song. When you listen to a live recording, you hear what exactly that person is trying to say right then and there. A studio album is a manufactured version of that emotion. You never get the true emphasis on, for instance, certain notes because it's been leveled off, normalized, all that stuff. I do agree with you to a certain point that you can manufacture certain things better when you have more time, no question. But when it comes to a live performance, you won't be able to get that emotion from a studio album, no matter how hard you try. You take some of that emotion away the minute you try to manufacture the sound more. Now, I'm not saying that's the same for everybody, because as we all know, there are some bands that definitely don't go nutty when it comes to that stuff. But I think the problem with studio produced music is you have the ability to not portray something in the way that it was intended. And I think that's where producers get in. They start fucking around with things. and you have music that was meant to be one way, but it's portrayed a different way because of the fact that we've produced things, we've changed them. You get people that had nothing to do with the music change the music, and I think that kind of takes away from the spirit of what the music is. I would rather have an intimate performance, as in I would rather, no matter what, hear something live that meant something than hear the produced studio album version of it. To me, that's a greater bond when it comes to the actual storytelling. And when you deal with, like, for instance, you mentioned Elliot earlier, I'm willing to bet that if that guy sat on a stool and just sung, it would sound incredible. But I'm willing to bet that we've lost some of that because of the fact that there is produced studio album stuff. And I think you lose some of that emotion, and I think you lose some of that human spirit when you take away a lot of that stuff. And I'm trying not to be too serious about it, but I think you really do take away some of the essence of what the songwriter and the singer and the people that are playing the instruments are really trying to portray. When you hear a live performance of a guitar being played, you sometimes hear those fuck-ups, but those fuck-ups are what makes it good. It's you don't have the guy play perfect every fucking time. You have the guy fucked up this note because he always has a habit of fucking up that note, but that's what he is. And it's that, to me, that makes the experience more intimate, and I think it makes the music in a lot of scenarios better. I'm not saying that every single song should be live, because there is some songs that definitely sound better recorded in a studio. Yeah. But I think you really don't get a good grasp on what some people are trying to portray. Nirvana comes to mind. I don't really like Nirvana that much, but Nirvana's live stuff sounds really fucking good.
I think it depends on the artist.
It is very dependent on the artist. But I think if you took that live experience all away from a lot of artists, you would lose a lot. There is a lot of artists out there that, if you listen to the live versus studio recording, it's a whole other experience because the producers have fucked with it. They've changed it. They modified it to make it sound better. Whereas sometimes you lose some of that spirit of the song.
Who do you, other than Nirvana, who do you think of? Because when I think of Nirvana, I think
Eric Clapton is a very good.
But I think of like the Unplugged stuff with Nirvana.
Unplugged is a perfect example of that, though.
Right, but see, for me, like, if we're talking about recorded over live, I would, like, we could go to the Beatles, we could go to Pink Floyd. Mm-hmm. You know, I go to the best recorded artists, and, like, really bands that really are better at a studio that I feel that. Anyway.
Oh, there's some bands that no question are better in a studio than they are live.
Right. Absolutely. I think it just depends on the band, but at the same time, the recording, you know, they have so much time to really practice it and make it sound exactly the way they want to. And I agree with you that, but I one of my favorite artists is Van Morrison, and he made albums, studio recordings, where he would fuck up, and he left it on the album on purpose.
But that's good.
I agree.
I completely agree.
I agree with you.
But that's what a live recording is, right?
I understand that, but at the same time, I think it depends on the artist. I think it, with a Pink
question.
Floyd, if something was fucked up, everyone.
I would never want to hear a Britney Spears song live.
It would sound exactly
you
like
never
the recording.
would.
I never would, but
because they lip sync it all.
It would be the exact same as the recording, so it really.
But that right there kind of brings my point more to home. There is no emotion in a Britney Spears song because it's all studio produced.
There's one band there I think of when I think of your point, and it's Kiss. Kiss sucks in the studio. Was a pretty good band live.
Yep.
And then I think of a band that toured with them, Rush.
Almost the other way around.
Good. Both. They're good at both, but better in the studio.
I think a lot of their studio albums make more sense because of the fact that they're studio albums. Yeah,
right.
I agree. But I still think there's no more better emotion than a live
Well, I'm going to give it to Jody because you kind of made his point too.
I didn't make his point. I was just saying I can understand both points of view here.
I think it's a hard question because
that's why you lose so often, Jeff.
I don't think it's.
I'm pretty sure he's won more than any of us at this table. But anyway. And he's also hosted more. So what does that tell you?
I don't think it's a simple answer though.
No, it isn't.
One is better.
There is
than
not
the
a
other.
simple.
It depends on the band.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think overall, I think the live performance gets better.
Which is more exciting to watch, soccer or golf?
Oh, this is tough.
Soccer. I'll take soccer.
I'll take golf.
All right.
I have no problem with that.
Soccer, I think this is a hard question because I think both of them are pretty boring to watch. But
I agree.
But if I had to pick between the two, I think soccer. When you finally get that goal is usually incredible. It's something that happened, and there was so many steps previous to that made that happen. Golf, and I love golf, and between the two sports, I'd play golf any day over soccer. Honestly, I would.
So would Jeff.
And I love golf. Golf is a fantastic sport. Absolutely hate watching it, though. Absolutely hate it. I would never like.
The only one in our family who
I'm
likes-
interested in seeing who wins.
My dad will watch ladies golf.
Really?
Yes, I say,
I
what
don't
the
mind
fuck
ladies
is-
golf if they're cute. It's
Yeah,
not bad.
Fair enough. But most of them,
The only
Most
one,
of them not cute.
not so cute.
the only one in our family who likes soccer is our dad.
Yeah, he likes that too.
Yeah, and I don't get it because he never talked about it my whole childhood.
No, he never liked.
And then
But-
one day he was like, "Yeah,
but
I never
soccer
liked it."
is-
Yeah, well, my mom never liked Jesus either, and now she never shuts up about him.
Soccer is essentially 90 minutes of back and forth. It's basically tennis with more people.
It's more like big size hockey.
It's not even that.
without boards.
No, hockey's way
stick-
more exciting.
Without sticks, you gotta use your feet.
You gotta use your feet, but
Not
even
the
then,
ice.
it's still not even a good comparison because it's a lot more. A lot of people would think tedious, but there is a lot more strategy involved, in my opinion. And with golf, you're not playing against other people; you're playing against the course, and any golfer really knows that, right? And you've played,
Yeah, I would disagree to a certain extent.
but you have to agree that is also true. Now, obviously, when they're in the Masters, they're playing against each other. Obviously,
you're not thinking about the Ryder Cup.
this is true. This is true.
Yeah. So continue.
I get you. All right. Either way, but with soccer, it's traditionally a very low scoring game. Good ones are anyway. FC games, maybe not. TFC anyway.
Fucker in the bus. Have you heard that?
Fucker right in the pussy.
Okay,
you gotta cut that out, by the
Yeah,
way.
cut that shit out, but
I do not support that.
No, I do not support that either. I think that's just absurd.
it
But
is
anyway.
absurd. But I
It's
just
just
thought I'd say
stupid.
it because.
But anyway.
It's stupid and not creative.
No, it's not creative at all.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it really doesn't do anything amusing at any point.
No.
Like, it's just dumb.
Well,
But
the thing is with both golf and soccer, there are fucking idiots in the crowd.
there's more idiots in soccer.
Oh yeah, way more.
Way more idiots
Way
in
more.
soccer.
Soccer
But that's
fans-
almost in a way that's kind of a blessing.
If any sport has the worst fans in the world, it's soccer.
Soccer hooligans, right?
Okay.
Right?
Golf-
Like soccer are the lowest common denominator of fans possible.
I wouldn't go that. I
they're
would
a
go
bunch of
NASCAR.
idiots.
Name one sport that's worse. NASCAR, maybe.
No.
No.
NASCAR are just good old boys. Fucking
Yeah,
trying
most
to-
of them are good old boys, but
Yeah. And soccer is a bunch of hooligans looking for fights.
well, in certain countries anyway. Yeah, not everywhere though.
Not
You got to
everywhere.
remember, soccer is also
golf fans are
the
a bunch
highest
of
played game
pretentious
in the world,
fuckheads.
really.
No, they're
Right.
not. They're just
Stuck-up assholes.
they're a bunch
Who?
of white people that want to go watch people hit balls.
What? Golf? There's black people in golf.
All right, let's
There's
move,
like 3.
let's move on to Jeff's argument about
Okay,
golf.
golf is more exciting to watch than soccer because golf is it's like a roller coaster, well, just like kind of the star.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, because if you
Have you watched golf on TV?
Oh sure.
You are aware of what the game is, right?
Golf is very exciting if you have a horse to cheer for. It's just like any sport. If you have a horse to cheer for, not just for gambling, but just in general, you want that guy to win. It is very exciting.
I will admit that golf is more exciting. Like in the instance where Mike Weir was going for the Masters, right? We're cheering for the Canadian to win it, especially for the first Canadian to win it.
But what would you say is more watched in Canada? Would you think it would be golf or soccer? Because I think it would be golf.
Probably soccer, but
really?
that's
I think
because we have so many immigrants, and so many immigrants are really into soccer.
Natural
But
born
games in
Canadians.
soccer, games of soccer in Canada. Are
No, not so
watched?
much, but the ones in Europe are watched.
No, absolutely.
I'd say
Yeah, it's huge in Europe.
natural born Canadians probably watch more golf, but I'd say
Well, that's because we're mostly white guys.
But I'd
Right,
say because
right.
if you factor in the immigrant population, then it's probably soccer.
The thing is with golf, and like the reason why I brought up the Ryder Cup is because that's match play, and that's one against the other.
More
and
interesting.
Very exciting a lot of times.
The Ryder Cup is
Only every 4 years.
Again,
And we're not in it.
And we have President's Cup. We're in President's Cup.
But no one cares about that one.
Well,
not
true,
as much,
but not to the same extent. Ryder Cup is more prestigious.
Both one is U.S.
But
versus
soccer. The best thing about soccer is the fact that between the two of them, soccer is a game that it's a nation game. It's you watch the World Cup, you're cheering for your nation. You know, like now obviously us maybe not so much because I'll tell you right now.
But if we were Americans,
English and Australia, neither one of them do well. So I'm
U.S.
England's always in it.
England's always in it, but
we're looking at this from a Canadian perspective because if we were Americans, right?
Like golf.
We'd be like golf.
Golf, 100%
but their U.S. soccer team is pretty good.
No, they don't give a fuck about soccer in the U.S. They care about golf.
But they consider
except for
in
the
the
women's-
U.S. I think
the
they
women's
consider
FIFA, though.
soccer like treason or
They
something.
don't,
Like
no.
they hate it.
They like women's FIFA though.
But like U.S.
Women's FIFA is actually watched really
golf
high
is
in the
like
States.
a prestigious thing in the U.S. Big
It
time,
is.
100%.
Much more, yeah.
Way more. That's why it's.
But
in
soccer
Ryder Cup and
worldwide
President's
is more
Cup, it's
exciting to
US
watch.
versus whoever.
I don't really know who's arguing what now.
Okay, I'm arguing the fact that soccer is more exciting to watch. You got the World Cup. You got basically all of the European leagues that are playing as well. Golf is not as exciting to watch.
There's a reason why Tiger Woods is such a phenomenon. And because when Tiger Woods...
Because he was banging a twin and
no,
she's hot.
he was a phenomenon way before that.
Way before he fucked the twin.
Way before... Well, he was fucking the twins.
The reason why he got the twins is because of the
He's
fact
probably
that
had several sets of twins. Let's be honest.
Several sets.
good for him.
And the thing is, the guy...
But there's not many golfers that can say
But
that.
he wasn't the only one. Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gary
They were
Player
fucking
before
twins
him.
too?
No. But
Probably.
Jack Nicklaus?
Because they were golfers?
What I'm saying is, like...
Jack Nicklaus was probably one of the highest paid golfers in the world.
I don't know if they did as well back then as far as making money, but...
I'd say, Kevin, the question depends on if we're looking at it from a North American standpoint or a international, worldwide standpoint.
If it's worldwide, it's soccer. It's the most played game.
Well, it depends
in the
where
world.
you're talking about with golf worldwide.
Because golf is basically a rich man's sport and can only...
And soccer can be played with a fucking ball, and that's it.
That doesn't make it any more
And
exciting.
that's what makes it a wider audience.
No. The thing is with golf is it is very exciting to watch. Like I said, when you have someone to cheer for, if you don't give, it's like NASCAR. If you don't give a fuck what car wins, you don't give a shit who wins.
No, that's true.
You know,
This is why I don't watch any sports. 'Cause
Right.
I don't
You don't
ever
care.
have a.
He just doesn't care.
The thing is,
you never have a horse in the race.
The thing is,
never.
and David made a good point with Mike Weir. Like when Mike Weir was winning or was about to win the Masters, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" and was living and dying on every putt, every chip,
Except baby Kevin.
Like you mentioned with soccer, everything matters, but it's not to the same extent. Like,
But that's only here, though.
But the thing is,
That's
with
the problem.
soccer,
If you look from a global angle, soccer far outweighs that.
No. The
Far
thing is, what's
The European countries
that's not the
alone
question.
watch more
That's not
soccer than the
question.
rest of the world.
The question is, what is more exciting to watch? And most of the time, soccer is three guys in a triangle passing the ball back and forth until they can kind of move it up until they can
It's
might
a
get a
strategic
chance.
game, yeah.
Golf is a totally different. It's living and dying on every shot, every chip, every
Every shot can make you
every
fail,
putt
yeah,
matters.
absolutely.
Will he make this putt? And if he makes a putt, people go nuts. That's exciting.
In
Soccer
a
wins
golf way.
Soccer wins it.
Watch it. When a Masters is on or a big tournament is on, people go nuts for a big moment. Whereas
But not that many people go nuts. That's the problem. So it is more exciting to watch soccer.
I'm split on this one. What do you think?
It depends how you want to interpret the question to me.
Which is more exciting? It doesn't. Who watches it doesn't matter.
But it depends on who it's more exciting to, though. That's the problem, though, is with that
I think
question,
it-
it's
it-
very
it
hard
all,
to...
It all depends on the audience.
Because I will say, North America, golf definitely way more popular, in my opinion.
In lots of places,
Not even just
But
regionally,
Europe
but it's also
kills
to
it
me.
in
It's
soccer.
an economic question. Are we talking about the common folk? Are we talking about the rich folk? Are we just talking
Common
about
folk like soccer more. We're done.
like the common folk are more of the they're more likely to like soccer because it's kind of like a sport for dumb people. Golf is kind of a sport for over.
Another bottle of girls' night out.
I don't interpret
I wouldn't
the
even have
question.
went there, but okay.
I don't interpret the question that way at all. The way I interpret is which one is more exciting? Pure and excitement to watch on TV. Soccer, most of the time.
Have you
fucking boring.
seen some of these
If you-
European
if-
soccer
if
games?
you
They
got-
are fucking exciting.
Sometimes,
Kevin, if you
1
get-
in 10, maybe.
If you got your
Yeah,
brain
1 in
cells
5.
in your head, you're gonna like golf.
Not every golf game is exciting though. A lot of it's just fucking boring.
Well,
even
if
the
you don't-
high end matches are
If you don't
boring.
have a horse to race for, like I watched the Players and this week, and it was exciting
Soccer,
because it
you
went
can
to a
always
playoff.
have something exciting, and
There
you
was-
can have an entire round of golf where
There
there's
was
nothing
3 guys
exciting.
in the playoff, and I didn't really care who won, but I was excited to see.
Soccer
the-
wins it. We're done.
I was excited to see who won, and they're playing like the most exciting hole in golf, which is TPC 17, which is like it's an island green. That's right.
He's really stretching hard here now.
No, it's called the stadium course because people.
I am actually familiar with it,
Right. So,
but I'm
people-
also familiar with almost every European soccer team.
They
so.
fill out the whole course, and people go nuts when they basically, even if they hit it on the green, right? But this
But
went
that's
to a
like
playoff
5
twice
old
on
people.
17, and one guy put it, 10 feet, another guy.
Do you
put
know
it
what?
5 feet.
I'll sum this right up.
The guy.
On Sunday afternoon, Global usually plays a bunch of Simpsons episodes back to back. When there's a golf tournament on, they play the golf tournament instead. I tune in thinking I'm going to watch The Simpsons, and I see golf, and I go, "Oh fuck!" and then I turn it off.
Well, that's you.
So that automatically. But if there was a soccer match there, I might watch it.
I'll say this: if the Ryder Cup is on,
And which sport is that?
golf.
Okay.
If the Ryder,
That should tell you right there what's more.
I
exciting.
would rather watch the Ryder Cup than the World Cup of soccer.
Interesting.
But that's you though, and you're essentially a rich white guy.
Dave hates soccer.
Just take my opinion.
Dave hates soccer though. That's not really fair.
I hate golf too.
So yeah, he does. He hates golf too.
I rather watch The Simpsons than golf.
Golf can be very exciting to watch.
And I would watch the World
My
Cup
family's been
over
trying to
soccer
convince
any
me.
day.
The thing with
in
soccer
particular,
is-
my father has been trying to convince me that both these sports are entertaining. And for years, I've
father's wrong.
I've been rebutting my father
both
and
counts.
saying that both of these sports are terrible, Dad.
I don't.
Why do you
I
give a
don't know
fuck?
your dad, but honestly, I'm sure he's a very intelligent man. Because
Well, obviously he likes golf.
He had Jeff,
And soccer.
But then brings it down a notch.
but I think he's wrong, and
Well,
I'm
what?
sorry, but he's wrong.
if he had to pick between the two, he'd pick golf. I don't know.
Soccer has fucking hooligans.
He
All
didn't
right,
start.
I'm just going to go with Jody to put this to bed.
Really?
I'm tired of listening about them. It's boring listening about them. All right, last question.
Technically, I've already won.
He's won.
Jody won?
I've won the game.
Did you?
Yeah.
Give
But
me that point. To me.
I actually won one against Jeff for once. I'm excited about that. Hey, that honestly, that excites me that I win one against you because I've never done it.
It's fun.
Every time I've ever won, it's been against Dave. And that's not
That's
really.
true.
That's not a win.
That's true.
Oh, he's not even here. I can't even make fun of him.
Oh, he'll listen to it later.
Oh, good.
Steve left that on, I'm pretty sure.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, he probably thinks we're still debating.
Probably. Let's just talk about him so that way he knows later on when he listens. He's like, "Holy shit, they were talking about me." So, how many more bottles of this girl wine that do you think he has in the house?
Can you believe he drank both?
Like,
of
what
these?
is that one? What's that one? Is that just like a normal
That's what's
wine?
called Lake and River.
Well, the girls' night out wasn't full. He had already had another girls' night out.
You know what the worst thing about this is? The label says it's a blackberry and raspberry naturally flavored wine beverage. It's not even actually full wine.
Oh, really? No, that's
That's like a wine cooler.
you see?
This is a wine cooler.
What's the percentage on it?
I don't know. This is 13, which is your normal wine.
Naturally flavored wine beverage. 6.5. Yeah, that's not wine.
That's a
6
wine
point-
cooler. That's a big wine cooler.
6.5% alcohol. That's not,
Lake and River, Red Rock Red.
what's the percentage on that?
13.
That's a real
That's
wine.
a normal wine.
That's a real wine.
That's normal wine.
You guys stand about my wine cooler.
It is a wine
I didn't
cooler.
realize it was a wine cooler.
Well, the thing that gave it away for us is when we read the label, it says beverage on it.
It's a beverage.
It's a wine beverage.
There's wine in it.
Yes, it's a wine cooler. You know who drinks wine coolers?
Bruce Willis.
19-year-old girls. And Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Have you seen like his Barnes and James ads on YouTube when he was a spokesperson?
Yeah,
for
I saw that,
It's hilarious.
Oh shit! Tim Seymour's commented on your photo.
Tim. So Jody, you win again.
I do.
Fuck.
And I won against Jeff, which was a good win. I thought. Hard win, but it was a good win. And Dave, we should probably get a new count. Dave, episode losses. You're going in with 6 on this one, so that makes it now 7.
7 losses.
Yeah. Kevin didn't lose because he was the host.
No, he doesn't lose anything. He doesn't win or lose anything, but
Kevin Millard has lost 3 episodes though, but he's won 2.
he did a service for us all.
He actually has probably the best ratio of wins to losses.
No,
other
Jeff
than people who have
probably
only
does.
shown up once.
He's 2 to 3. No, Jeff.
Well, Darryl
Jeff-
Clark.
Jeff
still
does.
does.
Does Jeff still have it?
Yeah.
Jeff's
3 to 1. Or 3
No,
to
2 to
2.
2.
Yeah.
He still has a pretty good rate. Well, technically, Darryl Clark has the best one.
Daryl and Jerry, one appearance, one win. Then they
One
fucking
appearance,
run
one
away
win, and then they
because
ran.
they don't want to fucking tarnish
They don't want
them.
to fucking. They don't want to lose.
Yeah, we gotta get Jerry back here.
We need Jerry. Jerry with actually, imagine Jerry with Chris. Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, actually, I remember when we did the.
That'd
first,
be epic.
When we did the first episode, I was afraid to have Chris here because I thought you would eat Chris alive.
Oh, I would.
But then I did that last episode, and it was you were.
That was easy on him.
Because you know him, you know how to.
Oh yeah, I know how to do it. I know how to get his gears without having to go nuts on him.
You don't have to go for the jugular.
Yours, the only way I can get your gears is if I actually go full tilt at you. That's the
Yeah.
only way.
Chris
if I just
Chris
gouge
went
you
for
a
his
little,
own jugular
you're like, yeah,
with
whatever.
fucking Voltron.
Oh yeah.
You gotta listen to the last episode. It is now my favorite episode
Yeah.
we've ever done.
Oh yeah, Chris definitely was awesome.
You know what? Thing
Yeah.
is, Voltron's pretty good.
Voltron
the masters of the universe.
Voltron is the master of the universe,
not
and he's
master.
got a big
They're
sword.
the defenders of the universe.
He's the defenders of the guys. What are you not getting?
Yeah.
He's the defenders of the universe.
This
the
isn't
Justice
even an
League
argument, guys.
the Justice League just defends the Earth. They're the defenders of the universe.
and did I tell you guys about the big sword? They bring out the big sword,
Big sword.
and they just come out here and they're like,
What's that
Voltron! And then he,
What's that? Is there a show called Voltron or what is
There were
Yeah,
two
that's
shows. I learned. I didn't know anything about
Voltron was a Japanese animation in like the early '80s, I guess it was. Because I was
early
really
to mid.
small when I had
Early to mid, and yeah, I had. That was one of my best
And it was
Christmas
five-
presents I ever
it was
got. Was my
5
full size
robot
Voltron.
lions.
It was
with
kind of like
pilots.
a precursor to Power Rangers.
That's exactly.
It's
what
exactly
It was.
what Power Rangers is. Power Rangers is a complete rip-off of it.
Yeah.
And basically what it was is there was these 5 like kind of lion-looking things, and all of them together formed Voltron, which is a big robot. And he had this massive fucking
That's
sword.
what he fucking picked.
That's what he picked.
That was his best superhero.
But
team.
you know what? I had to give him credit though, because he fucking fought like a
He-
trooper on
he,
that.
he was about to win at certain points.
He had no point. He had no point.
Yeah, he
but-
almost won purely
but
on
he
passion.
had passion. Oh, and the best thing was like somebody would say something to be like, "Well, you know, but the Justice League has this or something," and then he'd go, "Guys, he has a big sword. Did I not tell you about the big sword?
The big sword.
And he brings out the sword and he's like, Voltron could just fucking cut right through them. He doesn't need superpowers. He's a big fucking robot, right? That's what he would say.
This is like
I'm close to it.
it could have been God against Voltron,
And Voltron would have won. Okay,
Voltron.
because he has a big fucking sword and he's the master of the
Like
universe.
Voltron versus Thanos.
Yeah.
And then,
Done.
and
about it.
then someone made the mistake of saying, "No, He-Man's the master of the universe." And honestly, I thought he was gonna explode. he was like,
Yeah, don't bring up He-Man and Chris.
he's like, he just stopped dead on his tracks. Like, no, guys, it's a big robot and it's got a big he's trying to explain it like we've never heard it before, right? It was just awesome.
Yeah, he was like,
Total
remember
Chris.
there was the robot show and then there was the car show. Remember Jody?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
he's like,
the
remember
car
Jody?
one.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, you were like, I guess the car show kind of sucked.
Yeah, I didn't
I was
remember
like-
the car one either.
I loosely remember the car one, but it was terrible.
Was he thinking of GoBots?
No,
Because
no.
I don't.
No, there was a Voltron series or a Voltron S type series,
I
which was
don't
all
remember
cars.
that.
Anyway, we should end the episode. Anyway, guys,
we're
About
still
20
recording?
minutes to
I
cut
didn't know
out
we're
there.
still recording.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we came up.
no,
I won. We're good.
The Jesus argument, I could not argue.
I said no. He couldn't argue it. We're done.
I don't know. Jody wins again. Congratulations, Jody. And
Thanks, Dave.
Try not to sound so.
Try not to sound so pissed off.
Congratulations, Jody.
Congratulations, Jody.
Thanks for ruining my girls' night
I'm
out.
gonna go cry in my fucking room with my wine cooler.
You ruined my girls' night out.
I'm gonna post that on the Instagram feed.
That should be the title of the
Do I have admin
Girls'
access
Night
to the
Out.
Trivial Pursuit website, which is at trivialdebates. Oh no, I said
Cherry Pursuit.
Oh, we're gonna get sued now.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say that.
What?
Trivialdebates.com,
TrivialDebates.com.
where you can see a picture of Dave drinking wine coolers
Yeah, come on. Like
in a big bottle.
I have a lake in the river, and I got the girls' night out, which is a
Girls' Night Out
I-
on the lake and the river.
It's the dark berry duet.
That's like two black guys on a Friday night, eh?
You know what I love is
Now that's a girls' night out.
the little logos up here are fucking dresses. And it says Coolio.
You know what? I'm secure with my masculinity.
Obviously.
I'm surprised you can find it.
I'm all man, baby.
You're all man to who?
I'd like to thank our host, Kevin Millard,
That
and
smells like grape juice.
Oh man.
and
Yeah,
our finalists, Jeff Mader and Jody Simpson, as well as myself.
That's the winner, by the way, Jody Simpson.
The winner,
Smell
our
that.
winner.
Oh yeah, totally. That's like Kool-Aid. Not,
Yeah, that's what it smells like.
Great Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
look at the bottom of the glass, man. It's got like powder
Guys,
left or something.
You don't know what you're missing with this shit, okay? Like, yeah,
Sometimes you just have to have a girls' night out.
yes, it's got
If
got
you're not-
dresses.
We gotta get a corporate sponsor.
If you're not, yeah. We,
Imagine all the girls' night out he could drink.
This episode brought to you by Girls Night Out. If you're looking for a blackberry, raspberry, dark berry duet, go to your local SWO and pick up.
You can get
Girls' Night
that.
Out.
You can get that at your local Fortino's Ventures Association of
A
Ontario.
naturally flavored wine beverage. Wine, water, sugar, natural flavors, citric acid, and potassium sorbate. That's all you need.
Do they have a men's
A
night
winning
out?
combination.
They,
no,
they,
combination.
they have no.
Or do they just call that scotch?
They have no men's night out.
Wine, water, sugar. That's
Wine,
all you need
water,
to know.
sugar.
That's what's in it. Awesome. Wine, water, sugar.
Yeah, it's what's in it. Okay,
And
well,
apparently the tears of feminine men.
for all of us here at Trigger Debates, I'm Dave Mader. Good night, everybody.